that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you. Oh, God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
What up? We are in the building. It is Talk That Talk Tuesday, so talk and I will talk back on the realest show on Planet ERF, powered by BetUS. Head on over there today. Use the promo code CoachJB as we got a loaded lineup today. Dr. Jesse Morse talk about NFL Super Bowl injury updates, plus Steve Kim joins us, the Korean coach himself, and end it with Bama legend Trent Richardson Jr. joins us on a fired-up, loaded lineup on a Tuesday. So let's dive right into it. Head on over to BetUS today. Use our promo code CoachJB and get a 150% bonus and welcome bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. So head on over there today and tell them we sent you. Plus get protection and insurance up to $2,000 on your first deposit. So head on over there and use that promo code CoachJB. The Raiders have a dilemma at quarterback. And the big question is, who do they need to either acquire in free agency, trade for, or draft? That's the question today. Russell Wilson, 36 years old. We can all agree he's probably on the other side of the hill. And Pete Carroll and Russ had a little rift or a little beef after working together for 10 years. 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl victory, 1 shoulda-be victory. If that's even a word, he is now on the other side of greatness and on the slight decline, but does have a working relationship with Pete Carroll. Sam Darnold, 27 years old, the youngest of these 3 quarterbacks I'm about to mention. He's on my list because he's a West Coast guy. And if Minnesota lets him go after winning 14 games, Pete Carroll is where I would want to be. They need a wide receiver or 2, but they do have the best tight end in football, a top 3 pass rusher, and a guy who knows how to fill the holes around a guy like Sam Darnold and Pete Carroll. Aaron Rodgers, assuming he doesn't return to New York and another defensive coaching hire in Aaron Glenn, would he consider going back west where he is from? 41 years old, quarterback to the Raiders with Tom Brady? Well, he couldn't beat Tom, so maybe join him. Regardless, this is going to be a very interesting offseason, to say the least. But what do I know? Let's dive right into it, man. We got my main man, Far East Sider 317, Naptown legend, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, and Caitlin Clark defending, AR5 jocking, Big Smitty. Welcome him in to the show.
Yeah.
You wearing, homie?
No, I just Still a little fit on, man. You know, this show really starting to blow up. People starting to see me outside when I leave. And, oh, Big Smitty, I watch your show every single day, man. You're my favorite person on the show, man. Can we take a picture? So, like, now, since the show is starting to get so big, we make a little money. It's starting to, like, change and stuff like that. I got to take this show, like, I got to really come here and get dressed now. Like,
I got a gut feeling. See, I'm a good judge of character, and my gut tells me everything you just said is a lie.
Really?
Yeah, I have a feeling that you did some shady shit and just got home.
Ah, nah. It's not on a Tuesday, homie. If it was Monday, that might be a good, like, argument.
It was Monday. It was Monday, homie.
No. If today was Monday, meaning we just came off the weekend.
Whoa. What is this, homie?
Is that a scab on your head, homie?
Oh, I had a beanie on. And it's the little. Anyway.
Hold on. Is that white girl hair?
Not a beanie on, homie.
I thought it was a white woman's hair on your head.
Nah. So look. I only fuck with Leah. So listen, here's a question I have. Huh?
Nothing. I thought you said something. Never mind.
I said, a question I have is, it seems like you just got in the door. That's just how I look at it. Because I'm like, when I come home from Vegas and I was at Vegas that night, I saw it's like same thing. You just already dressed. There's no way you got up at what, 4?
Got up real early this morning, said my prayer, sat down on the edge of my bed, took a few deep breaths before I started with my day. Walked in here, took a number 2, took a beautiful shower, man, took my time, got out, brushed my teeth, brushed my face off again, went in, lotioned up, deodorant, cologne, Creed. Went to the my little second bedroom where I got a lot of my stuff at. Picked out my outfit, put that on. Make sure the laptop was charged up. Mic right here, camera. I got my Logitech. I charged up my light. It'll probably die in 2 hours. I'll recharge it, and then I just came here for the show. So,
but the key question that I have though: did you make your bed?
I did not make my bed because my wife is still in it. My wife is still in it. It's 6
your
in the
side,
morning.
homie. Make your side, homie.
Most people still sleep, homie. My wife is still asleep. She got to work tonight. She works.
Make your side, homie. Make your side.
Nah, my wife be like, once I got to bed, she like feels my presence leaving. So she like stretches out. She all fucking wild right now. Like she probably laying horizontal right now. So it's no. If y'all understood our dynamic, you understand why I'm not making it. It makes no sense to me. See, you a single man, JB. You sleep by yourself, so I get why you do it. Like you're by yourself, you're lonely as fuck. So you got to make your bed. You get up. For me, like I got my woman in there, so like you know, she laid out like a certain way that the bed don't make sense to put it together. But what's going on, chat? We got 863 Kane, we got Jazzy Jazz, we got Cosby, Sugar on the Rim, please, J Ram and Ill Bill, man. It's gonna be a loaded show. We got Bailey in the background with a big smile on his face. So I know the rundown is insane. So make sure y'all stick around because I'm ready to go.
Smitty, I just dove into the 3 QBs. Let's dive into quote of the day, and then that'll lead us back into it, though, because I got an intriguing poll question for you, and I can't wait. I hope Brian Case is in here.
Me too.
I hope Brian Case, and I hope D. Jones is here. I haven't seen D. Jones in a while because I got a little viral video going on that I didn't even say a word in. So I'm going to just start doing TikTok videos where I don't say nothing.
It might work.
Because I did a video last night. I didn't say one word.
Homie, there's a dude that's like rich off TikTok doing that. So do it. No, do it.
I'm like pointing. So
how you doing?
I didn't say a word, Smitty. I didn't say one word. You know why though? Because I don't know how to do the videos and say something in them.
I'm in your favor, homie. So sometimes it work like that.
I was like, I wanted to say, I don't know. We'll show the video, but
let's do quote today real quick. Dang, hold on. We got to change everything now. Check the chat. We got to switch the whole order up. We got to save quote of the day. We got to save contrary to belief. We got to save the video because our special guest who only has 7.5 minutes because he's about to perform a top tier surgery, Dr. Jesse Moore, is in the building. Jesse Morse, bring him in. What's going on?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Doc, Smitty, have you tried the pills that Doc has got going? Have you tried the pills?
Yes, I did. That's why I feel amazing. My skin's been glowing. My energy's been better in the morning.
Did you do a review though?
I didn't do a review. That's on me. That is on me.
Fuck. On me. God. I don't get it. Doc, I got to ask you, you're right down there in Florida, and yesterday there's a little cringe vibe video going around, and I didn't even say a word in it. And I want to know what the vibe is in Florida.
I just play it.
Oh. Duval.
What's the vibe in Florida, man? What's going on down there with you guys, man? It's snowing. You got a weirdo you just hired. You got a fucking overpaid quarterback.
Play it again. I want to hear it like 2 times, baby. Back to back.
Duval. Duval.
He actually sounds like one of my buddies. I'm going to send it to him. He's gonna laugh.
My eyebrows go, Duval.
So the funny thing is, I have an office in Jacksonville.
There's no way that Trevor Lawrence and that roster today is at the house with their kids. They're watching that shit and they get out the yeah, fuck yeah, that's our coach. Let's go. There's no fucking way. They saw that shit, Smitty, and then they're going like this. Fuck. This is our coach.
They're literally doing what you're doing. They're pacing back and forth like. Oh.
They're like, fuck, man, we should have kept Urban Meyer.
I'm under request of trade.
Anyway. God
Thankfully,
damn.
they don't grade people on comments like that.
God damn, homie. It's unbelievable. Doc, real quick, Super Bowl is here. 2 weeks away, the 9th. It seems like football season has been never ending. It's an 8-month season now, longer than the NBA.
I love it, though.
Where are you at with the injuries in the match in this repeat of Super Bowl 57 2 years ago? Now we're in 59. Any injuries to discuss in this game going forward?
So the Chiefs are super healthy. The only player that is probably not going to be able to play, or I know he's not going to be able to play, but besides him is Mecole Hardman because he wasn't relieved off IR, which means I don't think he can get activated. But he's more special teams at this point. Besides that, they're really healthy. We saw Kareem Hunt get a little banged up, but I don't know if it was anything. First report, well, I don't remember when the first report comes out because they have that week, so I don't know if they still got a week before they need to show anything. The Eagles, on the other hand, do have someone that's likely potentially going to return in Brandon Graham with his triceps.
He coming back?
He technically he should be able to come back. He's going to have to wear a brace, but I mean he's not going to be 100% obviously. But I think there's a decent chance he can come back. I've ran it by one of my upper extremity surgeon buddies, and he said, yeah, that would meet the criteria for timeline, and with a brace he'd be all right about three-ish months out.
Wow, I completely forgot about that name there. And like you said, even if he's not 100%, he's a real leader, obviously, on that team. Been there for a long time, so even having his presence out there, I know would just be a boost. And the Eagles they're going to need everything they have to go against the Chiefs, especially with them being extremely healthy. So outside of break, so pretty much what you're saying is both teams, especially the Chiefs, are relatively pretty much.
Oh, the Chiefs are super healthy. The Chiefs aren't. I don't think you're going to find anybody healthier than the Chiefs right now. But I mean the Eagles are pretty healthy. Quinyon Mitchell who had a good game. He'll have another couple weeks to heal that shoulder. I think the guy with the back, Jurgens, I think his name is. He gets another 2 weeks to heal that up, or at least get that functioning better. Jalen's got a couple more weeks for his knee. Did
you see anything with Jalen that was alarming? He looked pretty healthy to me.
He looked okay. I didn't think, he did a lot more passing than he had been previously. So he didn't do a whole lot of rushing. He did a couple. He still had a little bit of what I call a gait, a little bit of an abnormal kind of hitch, which is kind of what I expected. Most of the guys don't want to play with braces. They're just not comfortable. I think he had one initially on, and then I'm pretty sure he took it off. Saquon was having his calf worked on the sidelines, but that dude didn't matter. And then pretty much off the top of my head, everyone else is pretty healthy. I haven't seen any new updated injuries. They did. The Bills got banged up, but it's a moot point now. But that Benford situation was kind of a big deal. So without Taylor Rapp, who had already been ruled out with a hip injury, probably a labral tear if I were to guess, they were really dependent on Christian Bedford being activated last week from his concussion. Remember, he suffered it the previous week, and he didn't get cleared until 3 hours before the game.
3 hours? What?
I've never heard of one that late that they admitted to. Usually it's on Friday. Sometimes it's on Saturday. I've never heard of one being 3 hours before the game. That means it was 2 to 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because it was a 6:30 game. So
yeah,
if that's what the timing is. So with that being said, he took a mediocre hit, nothing, in NFL terms, crazy, and he needed a seatbelt to be on the cart.
Yeah, that's scary.
And he suffered another concussion. So now the question, obviously they lost and they're not playing this week or next week. But the problem is, will there be any long-term ramifications for this? And I'm pretty sure he's a free agent. Him missing the end of that game was a big deal for their secondary.
No doubt.
And they didn't have Rapp. Elam was getting shredded.
Right.
Former first-round pick. He was not doing well. Hamlin, he was doing okay, but he wasn't. So and Kelsey didn't even do anything. I think he had one catch for 8 yards.
Yeah,
like he didn't even do anything.
Yeah, he did 19 or something.
Worthy looked good. Hollywood had a couple of big plays. Noah Gray, who usually catches a couple passes, he didn't catch anything. Hopkins, I think he caught one pass. So they didn't outwill them from a passing perspective.
Right.
They just did enough to win the game, and their defense is just that good. And yes, there was some questionable calls and whatever. And that it is what it is with that. But I think there was some questionable play calling on the Bills' behalf late in the game. Why is Ty Johnson getting 6 to 7 carries when their star running back James Cook did not get a single touch in the last 6 plays or whatever it was?
He was out 3 series in a row after he had a 35-yard run. I questioned it yesterday. Why was he out the game? He came back in and ran a wheel route, so he wasn't hurt. So I'm trying to figure out why he missed 3 series. I have no idea. Doc, I got to ask you, going forward in the offseason, as we got a couple weeks left of the NFL season. As the offseason comes, any major players that the crowd, the fans, and everybody would like to know about on the recovery side of things? I know Tank Dell is one to me. We know he's going to be out probably the whole season. Deshaun Watson's another one that rings a bell.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden will be fine. Aiden probably could have played in the Super Bowl if they made it.
Yeah, he's already almost back. Where are these guys?
Say,
how about an update on my guy Jermaine Johnson? I talked to him the other day and reached out. He's doing a lot of great things already. He's already doing a lot since his.
I have to look into his injury. I don't know his off the top of my head.
Achilles, same as Aaron Rodgers, same team, same field.
When was the timing of it?
Beginning of the season, right?
Middle of the year, yeah.
So I mean, in that timing, assuming his rehab's going well, you probably have some stem cells reinforced in there. Wouldn't be the worst idea. He should be good for 2025. I mean, he might not be 100% in terms of pre-injury level, but I think he'll be all right.
Max Crosby, he's in the boot still. I texted him the other day to see if I can get him on the show. He's in the boot. I know he's probably fine.
He'll be all right. I mean, most of the time the fractures and stuff like that, they do fine. The guys in the ACLs, unfortunately, that's a separate monster. Christian Watson, Stephon Diggs. Stephon may be able to make it back. Christian Watson probably not for the early half of the year. Maybe not until halfway through. And then we will see. I don't know if we're going to see Jonathan Brooks next year. If we are, it's going to be late.
Yeah.
It's going to be really late. And then Shaun, I don't expect to. If he does make it back, he's going to be even worse than he was before the injury.
Should Shaun go ahead and retire, you think, or what?
I mean,
what are the Cleveland Browns though? How do they operate this salary cap? Like it's a huge hinder.
Well, I think there is a stipulation in his contract which I thought was kind of fascinating.
He posted a TikTok video that might get him in some trouble, Doc. I'm sure you probably been seeing that. Like,
well, yeah, and I think I don't know the specifics of the rules of the language of the contract, but I think they might be able to get out of some, if not a lot, of what they continue to owe him because of how it rolled out. Now, I'm gonna say this in general. I know a fair share of high-end PTs who pretty much rehab most of these guys. Sometimes they travel with them, which is a headache in its own right. But when you're not a stand-up guy, when you don't have a lot of good work ethic, when you no longer are financially incentivized to play, a lot of the good PTs don't want to work with you. So you have to settle for not as elite of a PT because the high level ones are like, you're not worth my headache. A lot of these guys need the TLC as it is. Some of the guys show up and beat you there. But most of them, they're super rich 25-year-olds, right? I mean, it's challenging as it is, and now they're worth 50 million, 100 million, 300 million, whatever it is. Most of them don't have that itch to continue to push. So a lot of them, they kind of slack off. They don't push as hard, and that is a representation of your ability and your skills.
So just for my own clarity, I heard two things right there. I heard one, you're saying potentially he could fall into the category as one of those guys who just made so much money that he's not as motivated, number one. But also number two, potentially he may not be having the best treatment or care because the top guys may not want to work with him.
Correct.
Is that what you're saying? I heard that. Oh, I haven't heard that before, JB. That's an interesting angle.
It's like weed and Taco Bell, homie. Same shit.
Yep.
Hey, Doc, let me ask you, Doc. CMC. Niners got a huge issue here coming up with free agency. Brock Purdy, do they re-sign him? Do they give him a huge deal? Do they go out and get a 1-year fix? Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen there. But let's say they do sign him. You need CMC. You got a Trent Williams issue, ailing, older guy. You got a aging roster that underachieved this year, super injured. Where are you at with this CMC? Is he done? Is he going to be a third down back only? Like, where do you see him next year?
This is going to be a tough one. And I know this is going to be a big stance. Part of me says he's done, and part of me says that year off just bought him another year or two. And remember his past journey. He missed a lot of 2020. He missed a lot of 2021. And then he came back strong in 22 and 23. And then obviously got injured in 24. He's still young enough. I think he's 3 to 4 years younger than Derrick Henry. So he's not old, but Henry's a special physical beast. He's
positionally though. He's old. Positionally, positionally he's old though.
Yeah, correct. We've seen Joe Mixon, who had a really good year despite a couple big injuries. The issue I have with his Achilles, and I treat these enough to be comfortable saying this, is that he might not ever be the same player, and I think that's probably a fair statement. I think he's peaked and he's in his decline. The question is, how much volume can you give him, and can he still be elite? And I think he can. We'll take Alvin Kamara, for example, who was roughly around the same age. He might be a little bit older than Kamara, than McCaffrey. But he had one was his best years, and he ended the season with an injury. Unfortunately, he couldn't finish, but he had one of his best years statistically. Yeah, the team was awful, but that was part of the reason why he was so good. But so he's also been a lot healthier than McCaffrey. So I can speak to Kamara's ability to stay healthy and ability to play through injuries and off-season training, because I know where he trains and I know how he takes care of himself. I've heard similar things with McCaffrey, but unfortunately, he's had a crazy workflow volume, and it'll be interesting to see from a fantasy perspective, where he's going to potentially be taken. There'll be people that'll be completely out on him, and then there'll be people that, at the right price will be willing to buy the dip. There's no one like him, so there's no data to say, hey, this happened XYZ before. I think depending on what the price is, we'll give you. Right now, he's probably a buy in what we call best ball leagues. So the ones that are starting now that you just draft and then you don't touch it again. They just started for 25, I think, this week. So in my opinion, I don't know what his ADP is, but I would say he's probably a buy. But eventually he might turn into a sell or not draft because of how expensive he might end up getting. So I think it's too early to know about the specifics. Obviously, he's had almost a full year to quote unquote heal or has optimized his heal. The question is, how do they use him? I know we want to use him 300 plus touches. I just don't think that's probably realistic for be able to sustain his health. So then you're paying him for what, 15 touches a game, and he's going to want to hit 30. But then the question is, do you protect him from himself? I think Debo probably ends up down here in Miami. He actually trains down here. I think that would be an interesting thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek is no longer a Dolphin. I think that would be an interesting spot. The Bills could have used an alpha.
I'm hearing he might be a Bill. I'm hearing he might be a Bill.
The Bills could have used an alpha. Amari Cooper is no longer an alpha, at least the way they used him. Keon Coleman.
We'll see.
Shakir is nice, but he's a slot guy. He's not going to take over the game, at least from a dominant receiver. They could have used that A.J. Brown. They could have used someone that was dominant, and they didn't have it. Their last 2 first-round picks, Dalton Kincaid, who had a bad knee sprain, and Keon Coleman, 2 catches? Can't win the game with that. No way.
It's crazy, but last year they had a Stephon Diggs, and then people complained about him being a diva, all this, that, and the third. They said this year it was, addition by subtraction, but now we're back saying they don't have enough. So it was like when they had enough, it was the wrong people. It was too much. Now they don't have enough, and it's like we always make an excuse for the Bills. But I get it. I'm on the side of I'd rather have the dogs there with me, and we'll figure it out. I'll take the diva. I'll take the personality. I'll take all that. Give me the talent first, and we'll figure it out versus not having the talent. So
don't you make the same excuses for the Ravens, homie?
What?
You make more excuses for the Ravens than the Bills get. What are you talking about?
That's
crazy. You sound crazy right there. Hey, Doc, let me ask you, Doc, real quick. I got to ask you, is Rashee Rice the shitbird? Does he have any shot in the Super Bowl?
I don't think so. This is I injected one of these yesterday. These are really, where's my knee? These are really tough. This is the lateral part of the knee. This area right here, which is where he injured, the LCL, and then there's a bunch of ligaments and tendons over here. This is where we plant and go left, or if it's your left knee, or right if it's your right knee. This is where we plant and rotate. I think he sprained it so bad that this area is just not. It's not worth the risk, because then I'd say there's probably a 20-ish% chance of tearing his ACL if he were to come back too soon, because of the way that the collateral ligaments work. That happened to Cooper Kupp years ago when he tore his ACL. That's in my opinion, that's why it happened. So as much as I think they would use him, I mean, I think it's too risky, unfortunately.
Doc, thanks for the update, man. We got to get you back on soon. We'll try to talk Super Bowl week and see how everything's working out that week, and then obviously after the Super Bowl, and then we'll shut it down after the season on the 9th. But man, it's gonna be interesting to see who gets through the Super Bowl, who's in the game, who's not in the game, and see how healthy the Eagles secondary is against that seemingly Chiefs offense that's starting to get going a little more each week. So it's going to be interesting.
It'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Enjoy the weather out there.
It's chilly today, 62 right now, but it was 78 and sunny yesterday, so we doing good. I will be doing for your followers and fans that are interested. I'll be doing an injury wrap-up for the big injuries for each position this year. I might do top 5, top 10, quarterbacks, running backs. Stafford played through 4 broken ribs. Bo Nix played with at least 2, probably 3 or 4, what we call transverse process fractures. So there's some kind of sneaky injuries we didn't know about that guys just play through because, whatever the reason is. So I'll be doing that. And I'll do that over the next probably 2 weeks or so.
Okay, cool.
Because after that, everybody shuts it down and everything, the views drop significantly. And then if you guys want one more thing, on my Twitter feed, on the pinned tweet, I did a sheet that kind of went viral, but that's just like my sheet I give to my patients regarding health, lifestyle, sleep, exercise, things to eat, and different supplements that I recommend. So free sheet for you all. So check it out.
Smitty needs that. Okay, Doc. Appreciate you. Follow Doc on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Let's dive right into it. No, you need that with the Bills. That Bills take. Holy shit. Let's dive into the Ravens have 9 Pro Bowlers. Bills have how many?
I think the
0.
Bills was wrong. I said I'm about the Ravens. Was I wrong with the Bills?
No, but you give the same excuses.
Let's move on. We're not talking about the Ravens. I don't want the Ravens today. They're out the playoffs.
There you go. Smitty, we got a lot to discuss because we got a new topic, new segment about what's happening now. But we got to get to the quote of the day real quick, and we'll get back to what's happening now. Since we didn't get to the quote of the day, brought to you by
Bet US. Bet up to $2,000. Get $150% welcome bonus plus protection plus insurance. Go to Bet US. Use promo code Coach JB. But JB, what do we have today for quote of the day?
The best thing you can learn from the best thing, Smitty, that you can learn from the worst part of your life is seeing everyone's true colors. The best thing that you can learn from the worst part of your life, when you're down in the dumps, is seeing everyone around you's true colors. That is what I learn every single day. When my worst part of my life is here, Smitty, I see everyone's true colors. When I'm the best, Smitty, everyone's fake ass comes around. And it's just how it is. That's just the bottom line. So the truth of the matter is, I can tell your ass and see you in the worst part of my life. I know your true colors. Smitty only come around when I got some bread in my pocket. He only come around when I'm the guy some that's just how people are, homie. That's just what it is.
Right.
Ruben come around. I got no hoes, no money, no boat, no cars. See what I'm saying?
When I started the show, we had 350 live viewers, homie. 0 money, 0 brand sponsors. I swear to God, I came on here. We had like 375 live viewers, homie.
No, yeah, we was already a thousand, homie.
And I stuck around this whole time. Now we in the big leagues. When I came on here with nothing, no money, no sponsor, no nothing. Just hungry. A dollar in the dream. Nothing. That was a cool little quote. I mean, that's probably like top 250. The problem is you didn't deliver good at all, homie. I had to read it 3 times to even hear you.
I messed up with the comma. Contrary to belief, Smitty. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Smitty, expect nothing, and you will never be disappointed. Contrary to belief.
There you go. You bounce back right there. You bounce back on that one.
Expect nothing. Nothing. I expect nothing from nobody.
Yeah.
And I'll never be disappointed, dog. When you start expecting shit, man, you'll be disappointed. And this is what it is. Smitty, before we get to what's happening now, the latest in the news, I got to ask a poll question to you real quick. And I got to ask you because I want to see if Brian Case is in here. Brian Case, you in here? Please tell me you're in here.
I ain't seen him.
Brian Case, I need you to answer this poll question, Brian Case. Smitty, let me ask you the poll question. Is LeBron the greatest Laker of all time?
Hell no. Hell no. Don't ask me that.
Okay, Brian Case, is LeBron the best Laker of all time? Answer the question, Brian Case.
Hurry up,
Please.
Brian. Answer it quickly, Brian.
No. Got you. So, Everybody in here is saying, no, he's not the greatest Laker. Right, Smitty?
I think that's common sense, right?
Right. How is he the GOAT of all time? How is he the GOAT, Smitty? How is he the GOAT if he's not even the best on his franchise?
All right, hold on real quick. Let me be devil's advocate here. Let me cause an argument.
Here we go.
No. Let me cause an argument here. LeBron is in what, year 21? He spent the last 7 years with the Lakers on the back end of his career.
I don't care.
All I'm saying is the years that he's with the Lakers were not prime LeBron years. And he only has one ring, with the Lakers. You got to think. We got Magic who has 5, Kareem who has 5 with us. You got Kobe who has 5 with us, Shaq who got 3 with us, James Worthy. You got even guys like the role players who have big moments, like the 0.4 with Derek Fisher and what. There's too many players who had way bigger moments and more team success with the Lakers than LeBron, which is why LeBron isn't above those people for me. Now, if we're saying okay, forget what you did on the Lakers, just who are the best overall players in the NBA period who just so happen to be a Laker at some point in their career. That's a different conversation to me, because then if that's the case, then you got to put LeBron. It's Magic, Kobe, LeBron, whatever order you want to do it, but LeBron would have to be right there at the top in that conversation. But I'm saying,
not better than
what did you
Kareem.
do with the Lakers specifically? And as an all-time Laker, he's not that. But that's not the same conversation as being the all-time.
Remember, Smitty, when you defend this, remember, you're playing in the all-time weakest era ever. Look at what's happening here. You're in a
03. An 03
3-point era.
baby.
3-point era. He's not even better than James Worthy, homie. I'm gonna be honest, and not in the Laker uniform. Let me be honest, homie.
As a Laker.
Let me be honest.
As a Laker. Yeah.
Let me be honest.
As a Laker.
He's not even the greatest Heat.
Well, no, you would give it to D Wade. You would give it to D Wade.
Then how are you to go? He played for Miami in his prime, homie.
Okay, hold on, JB. Listen, understand what I'm saying, though. Understand what I'm saying. All right, is D Wade better than LeBron? Yes or no?
What?
Is Dwayne Wade better than LeBron? Just overall, yes or no?
And on that team, yeah.
No. Is D Wade better when you look at both their careers overall? You look at the stat. You look at everything. No, just answer the question. Is D Wade better than LeBron?
Not stat wise, no, because he played longer.
You're adding. I'm just when you rank your top overall players, are you putting Dwayne Wade above LeBron? Like, honest answer.
I would.
All right. Well, never mind. I guess anybody else in the chat with a real answer, y'all are not putting D Wade above LeBron.
D Wade had the killer in him, the dog in him. He had a better shot, more clutch. That's just me.
All right, cool. Maybe you really believe that. Everybody else, nobody else in the world is putting
LeBron,
D Wade above LeBron. So what I'm saying is
like Patrick Mahomes. I'm just telling you, LeBron's Patrick Mahomes to me. Overhyped as fuck. Like, I'm just being honest, homie. That's just it. I just want to bring a little basketball in since we ain't really talked it and nobody cares no more.
That's a crazy argument though. Like, and I'm not even a LeBron guy, but you saying some wild shit now. Now I gotta like step back and like lean back and reverse and get away from you because you saying wild stuff now. And D Wade was a dog. D Wade's probably the third greatest shooting guard of all time behind Kobe and Jordan. D Wade was a baller. He's not better than no fucking LeBron James, homie. Stop. They were on the same team, and he had to give it to LeBron to be the leader of that team, to be the guy, because he was the better player. Like that was what are we talking about? Yes, he was. LeBron was the best player on that team.
LeBron got swept in Dallas. LeBron got swept in Dallas. LeBron never hit a game winner. D Wade did every single scenario. And guess what?
That's not true.
Chris Bosh was the second leading scorer on that team behind D Wade during the title runs. Not LeBron. LeBron was third, homie. Go look it up.
Look it up. That's a lie. That's a lie. Look it up.
That's a lie.
Look at that 2 rings they won.
D-Wade led, homie. Bosh was second in scoring.
And see who
and LeBron was third. Huh?
Okay. Look at the 2 rings they won and see who led the scoring. Ain't no point in arguing. We have a factor cap producer on here. If you're telling the truth, he'll have it. If you're not, he'll pull it up. Ain't no point of us arguing. We got the factor.
I said the title game. The title runs, yeah.
All right, cool.
Not overall. Not as a. I didn't say as a Heat overall. I said in the two.
Maybe what's the most specific stat I've ever heard. Yeah. I mean, are you really gonna say LeBron wasn't the leading scorer on that Heat team? Those 3.
Not in the championship when they lost to
Dallas.
We
don't have to argue. Let's just look up the stat. Let's just see. Like type in LeBron James average.
When they won the titles, see if LeBron was the leading scorer. He was not. He was not. LeBron was not the leading scorer, homie. LeBron was not the leading scorer.
Listen, we know about the Maverick series. The Maverick series, he averaged 17 points in the Maverick finals.
Bet me a G right now, homie, that LeBron was not the leading scorer in the finals. Let's bet right now.
I need to know specifically what you're saying, though, because, JB, you're a manipulator. Are you saying specifically in the Dallas Mavericks finals, homie? I know in that finals, we all know he averaged like 16 point some points. He had a horrible finals against the Mavericks. They went to 3 more finals, homie. They played San Antonio twice, and they played the OKC. I know what I'm talking about.
Never let it scoring. Garbage. Hey, let's dive into the. Let's dive into what's happening now.
Jump in. No, go ahead, Bailey.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Bailey.
Read the private chat because I think you got a topic that you should discuss before what's happening now. But in the 2012-2013 finals that the Heat won, LeBron averaged 25.3 points per game. Wade averaged 19.6 points per game, and Bosh 11.9, followed by Ray Allen 10.6.
Not even close.
That's not the series I'm talking. I said when they lost, homie. I said when they lost.
No, he didn't.
He didn't say when they lost.
I can't argue with JB. JB will find a way, but he's a manipulator, bro.
Y'all ain't about to make me look like a fucking fool, homie. When I just said
how about 2014?
He was the shittiest one. When they lost, D-Wade was number 1, Boss was 2, and LeBron was 3rd. Why would I care when they won? They're fucking losing. He's a scrub, homie. He's overhyped. He's an overhyped ass fucking dude who couldn't beat Dallas.
That's what people do.
Hyping his ass up. What's the point of the argument here? Is he the best Laker or the best Heat? I said he's either of any of them. That's the argument was. Homie, it wasn't about them when they won the title.
Okay, so he's
a hype.
The Mavs beat them. He averaged like 17 points in that final. We all know that. That's
2014 finals.
I asked you specific. I said, are we talking about one series? I literally asked you that.
Hold on. Smitty, you want to hear that?
That's not the discussion, though. I said the discussion was he's not the greatest Heat or Laker. That was what we were talking about.
I know, but then that led to specifics. I know what we were talking about. I was right there with you, but then it led to some specifics. Bailey, go ahead real quick.
Okay, and this is all I'll say on this. I'm not taking either side of the argument. But in the 2014 NBA Finals that the Heat lost to the Spurs, LeBron averaged 28.2 points a game, Wade 15.2 points a game, followed by Bosh with 14 and Ray Allen with 9.8. And they had Beasley on the roster, Michael Beasley at the time. So that's just the stats.
That's all they are. And my closing thing is, I know what you're saying.
San Antonio series. Why are we talking San Antonio series though?
Because they lost that one.
I know, but they lost a lot. He's lost more than he's won. We're going to talk about every series he lost. Of course, he's going to be the leading scorer when they lose.
He went to 4 finals with the Heat. They lost 2, they won 2. He went for 2 or 4 in the finals.
I'm saying we know he's the leading scorer when they lose. I'm saying he's not the reason why they win, homie. Are you motherfuckers all that macro ass thinking, homie? No shit, he's the all-time scorer when they lose. I said when they win, he's not the reason. He's a hype. He's Patrick Mahomes, homie. And D. Jones and all you motherfuckers know I'm right. Stop. You know I just fucking murked you. Stop. Shut up. Smitty, we got to move on.
Hey, this motherfucker's talented. Nah, hey, JB is talented. This motherfucker could be wrong as fuck. And somehow he has the talent and the skills to literally manipulate everybody listening and switching what he said to make it seem like he was right. This is incredible work what he just did. This is what you call gaslighting. Y'all love that term now. He's gaslighting out of all of us. This man said, homie, why would I say how much he scored when he loses? I'm saying that the reason when they win, homie, you literally said when they lost the series, he was the third leading scorer behind Boston D. Wade. You got me over here second guessing myself because you're so confident behind your lies that I'm confused. The chat's confused. Baby's confused. We are all confused. But shout out to JB because that's incredible, homie. That's beautiful.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Let's dive into what's happening now real quick. Let's dive into what's happening now, Smitty, because, man, oh, man. Where's it at, Bailey? My bad. I moved it. Smitty, what's happening now, homie? Smitty, let's dive into this real quick because I got something for your ass before we go to commercial break, homie. There's a female out there by the name of rapper Dank Damas in the what's happening now out in the world, Smitty. She has filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Lyft.
Oh, I saw this.
Just a week after Lyft apologized to her after a driver denied her service because she was too big to fit in his car. That's her to the right over there. It looks like Jabba the Hutt. Let me give you more context. Smitty, again, here we go, playing victim for being so fucking fat and such a wobble body that you couldn't fit her ass on a forklift. A little less a Lyft or an Uber car. What are we doing, homie? Like, bitch, you need some diet water and a 3-year fast before you sue anybody about not fitting in a damn car. You wouldn't fit in a drop-top Suburban, bitch. Stop! Stop it! Look at that shit right there, Smitty.
I saw the actual video, too. She was like, so you're not going to let me get in the lift? He said, no, you need a pickup truck. Oh, we got the video right here. Let's play real quick.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What? For what? What you saying?
Yeah, I got no space. My car is small.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What I'm going to do about my money?
I'm going to cancel you. You're not going to be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in the lift because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in a car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back.
My best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I gotta order another lift?
Time out, homie. Bitch, you out of breath talking.
Buddy said you need a pickup truck. Y'all didn't hear that? Y'all didn't catch that line?
Hold on. Can anybody listen to her talk? You telling me I can't get in your car? My girl got a bin. I can fit in her bin. What? Hey, homie, stop, man. We gotta stop, homie. Real shit, dog. The truth hurts. I get it. But damn, dog. And 2 white motherfuckers representing her. Of course. I'm surprised Keith ain't representing her. Or not Keith. What's up boy's name from Seattle?
Who?
The lawyer from Seattle.
Oh, it's about the Stop, Jason. You turn my light on. Stop.
Homie, real shit. This is the accepted behavior, homie. God damn, dog. Shout out to Trump for eliminating this bullshit. 2 genders.
Hold on, bro. This ain't got what? She's a woman, homie. They got Jane. She's just a big woman. Just a real big woman.
We don't know if she is or not.
Yes, we do. Stop. No. See, now you see that.
Man, let's keep it what it is.
Now you add.
Yeah, let's stay on
real big woman who
All right, I'm gonna retract.
I'm
gonna stay on track. So this big, huge woman here was not allowed to get in her car because the guy said she couldn't fit. That's just what the facts are. And she's now suing because he said you can't fit in my car. Smitty, I just gotta ask you. Me and you got into Uber that day after the Pump Brothers thing, and we was tight in the back of that car. It was a pretty tight car, similar size car to that we just saw her get denied on. Like, if you and I were the Uber driver or the Lyft driver, would you say just come on, hop on in? Like, we have a problem, right? She won't fit in my Beamer.
You know I'm nice. Oh, no, you can't fit in your Beamer. I can't fit in your Beamer damn near. Your Beamer's small as hell.
I will give you a little context though. You know my boy Ports. He's here all the time. He fits in my Beamer.
Oh, well, she can fit there.
No, she can't.
She can fit there. That's a good comp.
Port fits in my pisser in the bathroom in the boat.
Oh, she can fit there because listen. Put her picture back up. She's big, but that's all movable. That's all like you can. You know what I mean? Huh?
What?
Nah, I'm saying like. Shout out to Ports. Ports big, but he like solid big. So if he can fit in there, you can't.
Ports is not big. Ports is built just like Ports is built.
No, Ports is like kind of strong with it too. Like Ports is like more solid big. So
no, he's not. No, he's not. Ports is built exactly like her.
Ports not.
Ports is built exactly like her, homie. Ports is built exactly like this bitch, homie. Send this clip to my boy Ports after this show. Ports is built exactly like this broad. So all that movable shit, you can talk about all you want, homie. The bottom line is Ports will be at Super Bowl. That is exactly the build, but Ports is 6'3" or 4. Homie, by the way, I'm denying you all day long.
You're missing out on money, though.
I'm denying you, homie. You're not getting in my car, dog.
Chat, let us know. What would y'all do? Would y'all deny her? Would y'all let her in your car? Let us know in the chat. But we got one more topic we got to get to, man, before we go to our quick commercial break and bring on our first guest, man. So go ahead and highlight it so I can make sure I can see this in the rundown, Bailey, real quick. But listen, man, check this out, man. So West Virginia head coach Rich Rodriguez, a few weeks after hiring his son, Rhett Rodriguez, to be the quarterback's coach, it was announced that he had hired his daughter, Raquel Rodriguez, as the assistant athletic director for football management and strategy. JB, we're going to start with you, or we can start with me, either way, and kind of hear our thoughts on the hiring here of his family. I'll jump in. I'll say, bring on your people. Bring on your family. When you work your way up and you have earned the power to be in certain positions to make decisions, you should bring on your people. I believe in nepotism. I believe in putting your people on. If I get put on, I'm gonna bring JB. I'm gonna probably bring Bailey. If Bailey can be on my side a little bit more, I'm gonna bring the homie Jew. I'm gonna bring the homie. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. If I had kids, I'm gonna bring my kids with me. So shout out to Coach Rodriguez for putting on his son and putting on his daughter. And again, she's the assistant AD for football management and strategy. So to JB's point, JB has always made it clear he doesn't mind women working as like ADs and working in like, even like some more operational stuff. As long as it's not X's and O's for him, he's cool with that. Well, reading this title, assistant AD for football management and strategy. That's operational stuff to me. That's business. That's not X's and O's. That's not a coach. So for JB, I know you're gonna be on my side on this one. What say you?
Here's the issue I have, and I'm speaking for brothers that I've coached and black folks that I grew up with. Nepotism held brothers down in our profession, football, for years. Just fact. You should go do some research. Nepotism literally held black folks from getting jobs in my profession as a coach and player, for that matter, for as long as I could live. As long as I lived, homie.
True.
Now we got brothers advocating for it is what bothers me. And I don't, me, I think the best man should get the job. The bottom line is I've known a lot of brothers who got turned away for fucking white folks hiring their folks.
Right.
Well, this is the same thing, Smitty. He ain't black.
But the reason why we don't mind it is because
Ryan Clark will advocate for this all day, but he won't bring the fact of the matter is blacks are not getting jobs because of nepotism. It's been that way for 50, 100 years. And now you're okay with it, but it's crazy to me.
Because when we get jobs, though, we do the same thing now. Like, for example, didn't nobody want to touch Brian Flores after the shit went down with Miami Dolphins and Tua. Mike Thomas said, come on, brought him on board. You know what I'm saying? He knows he's a good-ass coach, probably looking out for another brother. That's just one example. But my point is, like, we do it, too. So the reason why we don't care because we going to best believe we going to do it.
Let me dive into something real without getting into a big whole fucking race war with idiots. Let me cook this fucking idiot real quick. So here's the issue. King David Cartel. Who speaks for brothers then? You? That has no fucking insight and no presence and no power? Are you doing it? See, when I do it, and I've actually sent 300 brothers to college and 25 to the league, but I can't say what I know to be truthful. But you, literally a nobody, does nothing for the black community, will talk shit about me because I'm white and I can't speak for brothers. Got it. That's the problem, homie. Y'all so blinded by ignorance that you won't even let a white man who likes to help brothers out try to help brothers out. That's how fucking blinded you are by ignorance. Come on, homie. It's 2025, dog. Get over it, King David Cartel. Your ignorance is life-threatening, homie. And the bottom line is you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Because if it isn't for a white dude, by the way, there's 32 white owners in the NFL. If it isn't for one of these dudes to finally start advocating for brothers, then you're never going to have a brother in the NFL as an owner. I'm just keeping it funky. But you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to discuss the fact that we finally just got some black GM Smitty at the NFL level.
Mm-hmm. And we finally got Magic Johnson got a piece of ownership with the Commander.
And you got a black female in Vegas. Now you got a black female now. That was all allowed because one of the 32 owners set up and said, you know what? We need to make this happen. All the white coaches that I've known. By the way, I haven't heard Smitty one time, for all you that talk shit, I haven't heard Smitty one time sitting up here talking about, hey, you know what? We got two brothers in the Super Bowl. Regardless of what happens, there's going to be a brother that wins the Super Bowl at quarterback. You all call this race baiting and all this old shit, but I ain't heard Smitty come out and advocate for that old crazy shit. I've seen Ryan Clark and all these motherfuckers pushing that agenda. Smitty ain't pushing that agenda. You know why? Because he played. Me and him don't give a fuck who wins. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about who wins the quarterback because you know what? Good for them. I've coached 30 black quarterbacks, you fucking idiots. I hope a black quarterback wins. But the bottom line is nobody gives a fuck. But the funny picture I saw was no matter what, a black quarterback's going to win, and Mahomes sitting there with a white girl, and Russell sitting there with a white girl. But
Russell,
anyway.
you mean Jalen?
Anyway, I'm just saying, Smitty, ignorance is life-threatening, and we got to be honest. Like, come on, man. Like, let's stop pushing the bullshit. Nepotism's held brothers down as long as I could be in the profession, coaching and playing-wise, for guys they hire. Well, motherfucker hired Belichick's son, and I'm sitting there like, goddamn, Aaron Glenn sitting out here getting passed by. Remember, time out. This is when Aaron Glenn got passed by Belichick to be his DB secondary coach for his son.
Right.
Who was sitting there.
It worked out in his favor. Stop.
And all that old shit.
Stop.
But nobody talked about it. But I'm saying, Ryan Clark didn't talk about it. Nobody talked about it. Nepotism has held down this whole sport, homie, for a long, long time. That's why I never liked
There's no way to change it. There's you know what I'm saying? So that's why
but I'll never advocate. I'll never advocate for it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not believing it.
You put your people on. Now, you said moving forward you would never hire the homie because of different reasons. But in the past, you've conducted it as well. Like, you've brought on your homies, black, white, whatever, but you had a relationship.
That's not the same, though.
To me,
merit has to matter. There has to be some merit involved. My homies means they actually have some experience in the profession, though, and I just happen to know them. That's a normal thing in the profession and hiring. That's hiring at Walmart, Target. That's, you know him. I know, hey, Smitty, I know a guy if you really need a GM. That's normal. Nepotism is directly family.
You're saying like you have zero experience. It's your actual family, and like I see what you're saying.
Like the Snyders did it forever at K-State, homie, and I knew guys getting passed by for his weirdo ass son. And I'm just telling you, the Snyders did it forever, and I know so many coaches that have done it, and it became so big, Smitty, that people don't know how this game works. Then certain states said no more nepotism hires. So you couldn't hire a guy in certain states like Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma. So what happened is it was so big that a guy like Snyder couldn't hire his son anymore. So guess what he did? He called his homie at Texas A&M, at Oklahoma, and said, hey, you take my son? Because it's a good old boy. It's a tight work network. And I'm going to call my boy, and now he's going to hire my son. Regardless of how you want to shape it or talk it, it's still nepotism. He got a guy, unexperienced job, taking another man's job that's experienced. That is the definition of a nepotism hire. The broad here, his daughter, I don't really care. She's in the office, like you said. I'm not really going to go into
I don't know what experience she has. She probably got a degree. She probably got a business degree. Like whatever the qualification is to be a AD, she probably actually got it. But just so happened to also be family, the daughter of the coach. So that's gonna put you on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like I get it. It's tough. Life ain't fair. It ain't fair. But again, if I'm in position to help my people out, then skills matter. I'm not gonna just put fucking anybody in a certain position. Like you gotta have some level of experience to show me that you got some sort of credibility to do something. But best believe I'm gonna show favoritism to people who I mess with. That just is what it is. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? D Jones, D Jones is real when he in the chat. Just I'm gonna throw this up there. I'm gonna leave it alone. He said when Smitty said exactly what JB did, y'all told him to stop being a victim. So we're gonna leave that there. He talking about previous arguments and conversations about nepotism that I've had on previous shows where everybody in the chat said I was a stop being a victim. You crying about that. But then when JB said they all clapping, it just shows how the haters be in the chat. So shout out to D Jones for just.
What I say?
To my knowledge, I believe D Jones is talking about your take on nepotism, which most people are agreeing with in the chat, including D Jones. He's making a comment that we've had a nepotism conversation previously, like a long time ago, and said that I have said similar things that you said in reference to another discussion. But during that time, the chat was coming at me saying, stop being a victim, But he's saying when you're saying it now, they're like applauding you. He just making a little note. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, but also I remember you were talking about nepotism, and you were correlating it with the Jason Whitlock hiring you at Fox, and that's not nepotism to me. You kept saying I know him. He got me in. I didn't have experience.
I think is a better term for what he did, but it's still an ism.
Yeah, but it's not. But the difference is, it's not taking. You actually are. Let's say there's interns all the time that get jobs.
But I wasn't an intern, so you got to think about that. I was a full-time staff with benefits employee who was getting paid more than people that's been there for a minute. I'm just being.
No, I get it. What I'm saying is there's interns that get jobs all the time. That's not a nepotism hire. What I'm saying is a nepotism hire keeps that intern from ever getting the job. Because the nepotism hire has no experience whatsoever, and it would have kept a Smitty from getting a job like that because they hired a nepotism family member. It happens all the time in football. I've seen it. Now it's coming around full circle, and everyone now is okay with it. I'll just never get on board with it because I know there's qualified people out here that have been grinding to get these jobs that are not easy to get, by the way. They don't fucking fall off trees. It's contrary to everybody out here's belief.
Right.
And then all you have to say from that point on is like, all right, damn, why should I still be in this business? I know guys that have been in the business 20 years, meaning never got an opportunity because of nepotism. And then after grinding for 20 years and helping kids behind the scenes, nobody got to see. And I know thousands of these people exist. Never got to see the guy behind the scenes helping these kids out. And then just say, fuck it, man. They hired fucking Raquel Rodriguez because daddy got the job. You know what? I'm going to go coach at Walmart. And I'm out the game. And then motherfucker leaves the coaching profession, dog. And at some point, that man has to make a decision that for their family or themselves, I ain't going to be able to fend off. I can't live too much longer this way. I'm not making no money. I'm only sacrificing and helping kids, which I did for 20 years. Also, so at some point, you're going to be like, fuck, man. Like,
but a real dog ain't going to do that, though. You didn't do that.
Nah, they will.
You didn't do that. All the all-time great coaches didn't do that because we know at the end of the day, say what you want. I still believe in hard work. You and I still believe in faith, and we still believe when you put both of them together at some point, it's going to align the right way. If you do the right thing, you have your faith right, whatever you believe in, and you work your ass off, the right opportunity is going to happen for you. Maybe it's the only point I'm making. Rodriguez got because that wasn't meant for you.
Yeah. Only point I'm making is that I know hundreds of guys that you don't, and you're not discussing, that lose opportunities that you'll never know about. Right. You can say all that shit about he's not a dog and he gave it up. I know thousands that did it for 20 years. At what point do you say enough's enough, homie? You just tell that motherfucker to go die? Like, come on, dog, you gotta go get a job, homie. If I'm at the
I'm just talking in general. I don't know your specifics. I'm just saying in general. And if you're doing something for 20 years, you say
broad shit. You say a lot of broad shit that you don't really know about. I got guys that are right here, Smitty, at the cusp, trying to get in there for 20 years, working, grinding, sacrificing their fucking wives, leaving them because they just want to do this and get through the process. And you continue to hire Raquel and family members. At some point, homie, it's enough is enough. I gotta cut bait. I gotta go fend for my family and myself. And you're telling me, just keep going, homie. There's got to be a cutoff. And I know so many good coaches and overqualified guys that got fucked like this. That's all I'm saying. I'm giving you two perspectives. That's all I'm saying to the chat. And I know a lot.
With that. You got the experience, so I can't argue with that. It's just, I guess from my perspective, it's hard to believe that like. You've been doing something for 20 years and you ain't getting no elevation. To me, other factors in that. Because I also know coaches now at this point, younger of course, that's been fucking moving in 5 years and 6 years, like quick. So it's like, and it's not no nepotism, it's not no family, ain't no nepotism because they're good at what they do and they work their way up. They're hustlers. So I just wonder of those people who've been doing it for 15, 20 years and have not elevated. I'm curious of I'm curious of the context. Like, how great are they as a coach? What's their record? What's that? To me, there has to be more of that because you were a hell of a coach. You elevated, and you got a lot of coaches too that there were great coaches. They elevated. Like a lot of these guys who are popping now, the Dan Lanning's the guy of the world. These are guys who you knew when they wasn't popping. They popping now. Why did they pop? Elevated, hustle, network, whatever they had to do, they figured out a way to climb that ladder. So my thing is, you as a hustler know better than anybody. You do something for 20 years and you're not elevated. I'm just curious. I got questions. That's all I'm saying. I got questions.
Yeah, you got questions. I actually have answers for every question you just asked that I'm just not going to get into right now. But I can tell you why Lanning moved up. I can tell you why, and you're not going to like it. You're not going to like my answers, homie, because I know that.
I want to hear it.
I hear you, but that could be another show by itself because I'm going to tell you, a lot of these cats did not earn it.
All right, well, thumbnail for them all. The truth behind Dan Lanning and the rest of the coaches hired. We'll do it tomorrow.
I'm not calling Dan out. I'm not calling Dan out like that. Hey, D Jones.
Hey, JB, we can't go, JB. We got to float. We got to float to the next one. It's time. We'll break later, JB.
What's up?
Steve Kim, the Corian Cosell, is already in the building. We cannot have him waiting. He has a tight schedule, and he has to go on Whitlock right after this. So, JB, hold your piss for 20 minutes, and we're going to keep this thing flowing. But the one and only Steve Kim is in the building. Bring him in. How you doing,
the Korean Cosell himself, Smith. Steve, right quick, Steve. I got a text that I showed you the other day from an inside guy that knows, he got a pretty big following, and he said he knew some things about Carson Beck. We don't have to share all that. But is any of the things I showed you accurate?
Well, based on the people that are involved, and I saw the text, I find that guy to be very credible. I've had some question marks about him. And look, when you are linked up with a social media influencer and it's a highly public relationship like the one he's in with, yeah, there are issues. It is not out of the realm of possibility that there are other ancillary issues involved. So do I think that your source is credible? Yes. Did I have my concerns? Yes. Does it heighten my concerns? I'm not going to lie. I'd say, yeah, because look, he's on his contract year, Carson Beck. His goal is to play as he did in 2023 and to lead this team and to play football. The best thing Cam Ward did last year, for everything that he got, he focused on what was important. That was ball.
Hey, Steve, little context, and I'll just share a little bit of the tweet or the DM. Smitty, so you know you're not just blinded here by the conversation. Somebody sent me some messages about this, and he was like, man, tell Steve I hope Carson Beck works out because from what I know, it's crazy. From what we heard is that like he was with a very popular set of sisters apparently.
Well, just one, not both. They're not doing nightly threesomes.
Yeah.
They're not a threesome.
No, I meant their sisters.
But
basically, like
the Cavenders.
Smitty, he said that she would tell him he had to leave the meeting and go do TikTok videos in the back of the locker room, homie.
Well, that's okay. I don't want to get into too much, but before a game, he had to do certain things, and I'm like, God. Hey, by the way, guys, I saw your segment earlier. That lady that's suing Lyft, can we see that again?
Oh man,
Can we see that
Put
picture?
up.
I got a few things to say about this. Hold on.
Hey, Steve, do you like our What's Happening Now segment?
Yeah, I used to watch that show. I didn't watch that version. I watched the original. But go back to that lady.
Here we go.
Now, I've read that she's a rapper. You know, what does she go by? MC Not Like? Pa-da-ta! I mean, or she could have been the hype man for MC Hammer. Too Big MC. I mean...
Thank you. I'm here every Wednesday.
Hey, but by the way, you know what she really needed to call was a forklift. Oh, hey, anyway, golly. I don't blame the guy.
Hey, lift has a new meaning now.
Yeah, deadlift. I mean, God.
Hey, Smitty tried to say that she can get into the car because she has a lot of movable parts. And I said, look, she's shaped just like Ports. My boy Ports. And I go,
Ports is not that big. And Ports
why he do Ports like that?
Because Ports can get in my car. Steve, you saying that she's not? So you're saying Ports ain't as big as her. So how then Ports?
And the other thing is,
so Ports can fit in my Beamer. She cannot fit in my Beamer, Steve.
Well, unless she becomes like fluid Jenga or Tetris. But Ports is the type of guy that if he wanted to clean up and rehabilitate his body, start work, he could get into shape within 3 months. Okay, but he chooses not to.
I've seen Dave do it. I've seen Dave do that.
I mean, come on. This is part of the
He's going to die now. He's not going to make it.
Hate. This is part of the victim. And my view is this. Young lady, you could use and afford to walk a little bit. Get your cardio up. Do what you do. Come on. She's literally...
She can lose weight fast though, see, because you know how it is. You know when you're really big, it doesn't take a lot for you to burn like a quick 15. If she just walked a mile, she probably lose like 10 pounds.
Right. I mean, no one's told her the truth for all these years. Like, honey, you can afford to, do a couple laps. Come on, it's sad. It
is sad.
And there's no driver in the world. Like when I call a Lyft or an Uber, I could tell people are glad to see me. Like, wow, look at that guy. Look how great a shape he's in. And he's clean.
Steve.
I smell. Now, but with her, they're probably, oh God damn.
Steve, let's be honest.
I just heard her talk. I mean, I always got.
Steve, I just listened to her talk, Steve. I'm being honest. You're setting her up for massive failure here. I heard her talking, and she couldn't even talk. She was almost going to die. And you wanted to walk around the block. You're going to kill the lady, Steve.
One block, just one block, up and down.
No, first of all, it would take 2 hours to walk 100 yards. Number one. Number two. There's just no way we could do. She sounded like fucking Chris Tucker on Friday. all the snacks. Got the new glitter coming out. We got a lot going on.
You don't just suddenly wake up looking like that. That is years and decades of neglect.
Years of work.
Exactly. I just woke up like fucking Freddie Klump.
I mean, look, someone like her would literally, if she began a workout program, number one, you'd have to change your whole diet. You cannot outwork a bad diet. A diet is 85 to 90% of this whole thing.
That's what I learned too, Steve. My body
you
won't
got to
change.
cut out breakfast. And what I do is I work out early in the morning. I wake up around 5:15, 5:30. I only do Mike Tyson push-ups now and a boxing workout and a little bit of Stairmaster. My knees are bad.
Yes, I'll be on
So with her, I would literally say, okay, let's just do one push-up, one sit-up, go on the treadmill or the spin cycle for 2 minutes. And that's no, see, you're laughing. You got to start off somewhere. How do
you said one push-up, one sit-up. Stop.
Right. Well, wait a minute. Guys, take my word for it. I'm Asian. I'm a crouching tiger. How was the Great Wall of China built? You laid the first brick.
Hold on, though. We got to go back to your statement here. Did you say cut out breakfast?
I never eat breakfast unless I'm.
No, Debbie, that's real. I barely eat breakfast. That's a real thing.
I do the intermittent fasting unless I'm with you, JB.
We got a lot. We got a lot more. We got a lot more than just breakfast to cut out here. We got to fast for up to probably 375 days.
Again, Coach, you're trying to rebuild Rome in one day. Again, I am laying the first brick in the Great Wall of China. Now, my personal feeling is you got to, number one, you got to change your lifestyle. This cannot be a habit.
They won't, though.
I agree. And now she's trying to win the lottery off a lift. I don't blame that poor guy for going, nah. My shock absorbers can't handle this. That's a natural human reaction. Now this guy's going to get branded a racist and a bad guy. He's probably going to get fired. There's nobody in the world that does that job.
Wasn't he like a Hamas or something? He was a foreign guy. He had a dialect. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's just living the American dream. God bless him. But I just like
he saw that shit, Steve. He was like, Jabba the Hutt. Like he thought it was a movie. Like he don't know what the fuck that was.
In the sense of entitlement, like I know this when I am an Uber or Lyft rider, I know I am still coming into someone else's property. I still have to respect that guy's property and his. And to think that I'm just going to look in any way and do that, come on.
Let me be devil's advocate here, guys.
Hey, this is comical.
Are we saying this should be a weight limit if you could call for Uber or Lyft? Are we saying like if you're a certain size, you just can't get on Lyft or Uber? It is what it is. Like you
need to have a disclaimer. You should have a disclaimer. You should have a disclaimer.
Yes.
I would.
Yes.
So like left tackles and shit in the league, they just can't get Ubers.
Well, left tackles are lean.
Left tackles, okay. There's nobody. Come on.
Come see Steve.
This lady is she's built like obese Jerry Ball. Come on.
All that's movable, Steve. She can move that and get in the seat. She said she could fit to her friend's Chevy Malibu.
Smitty, I'm in the conversation like this because we got a lot of sports to talk about. Would you get on the boat with her?
Hell no. I wouldn't no.
Then stop fucking defending her. Because if you can't get on the boat with her, you imagine Steve Kim on the boat with her and Spree and Ruben the other day? Fucking boat in the back like this. We'd have been like this. We'd have been like this the whole time. Get out of here, man. I'm not doing that.
Now she's suing. Look, the guy has a right to say, nah, I'm good.
If you put ports opposite, we'll be level.
Well, I have a question, though. What if a guy is completely drunk and belligerent? No one would have an issue with the driver saying, "Now you're not coming into my property."
Of course not. Yeah, 100%.
And I got to be honest, Steve, the brass tacks here no one wants to discuss is, A, she probably hasn't seen her parts 30, 20 years. And the downright just smell, I couldn't even imagine. So I'm not even going to get into that. So anyway.
God.
Let's dive into it, Steve. Smitty, let's get into what's wrong, Smitty?
Nothing. I'm going to talk about some NFL, man. A lot of hirings happened over the last couple of weeks.
I got to ask Steve right out the gate about the 3 quarterbacks on our thumbnail before you even get into the thing. I got to ask him.
We didn't talk about that yet.
Yeah, who do you think, Steve? Who's the best fit right here?
I mean, I don't know. I actually think Aaron Glenn is, what I've read and seen, I guess he wants to talk about the possibility of Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that's a bad move. Aaron is still okay. He's not what he was, but he's still better than at least half the starting quarterbacks in the National Football League. Look,
let me ask you
you're looking for a bridge quarterback, right? You're looking for one like Russell Wilson in Oakland. Me and Whitlock talked about that. Whitlock doesn't like it. My view is this: who else is out there that's better for 1 year? That's going to carry you through.
That's the question I have for Aaron Glenn and the Jets. Okay, you should say get rid of them. Everybody on ESPN, get rid of Aaron Rodgers. Well, who's out there better? That's another question you have to ask yourself.
If you judge Aaron Rodgers by 2010 to 2021, Aaron Rodgers, right, he's not as good as he was. Judge him by the average of the league, and he's still pretty good. You know, the guy that I'm interested in is, because I want to see him do sound bites all throughout the year, I want to get Jameis Winston a starting job because he's just entertainment.
JB said he's over it.
I just want to see him eat those W's, man. I mean, we need Jameis Winston to get I want Jameis Winston to be like the bridge quarterback for every team just one time. He's funny. He's hilarious. I love Jameis. He's a Seminole. He's okay by me.
Steve, we got to be honest, though. We got to be real honest here. Like, all the shit we talked about, Aaron Rodgers not very good. He's finished 8th in the league in yards, touchdowns. I mean, the guy still threw for 4,000 yards.
Again, Confucius say, the standards we have for somebody is what you think of them. So that already means you think Aaron Rodgers is still a bad dude. Because if you think that's a bad year, you know how many quarterbacks, if they were 10 years younger, put up those numbers, would be getting a $50 million contract?
Yep. That's a great point.
And here's another thing. I think Aaron Rodgers owes the Jets a good season. Maybe not a Super Bowl, but get them off and put them in a better place than where you found him. And I think people would say, okay, Aaron, you can go off into your retreats and smoke weed all day or whatever he does.
Smoke weed every day.
Let me ask you this. Let me spin this question for the Raiders and the quarterback situation in Vegas with Pete Carroll. Do you get a guy in free agency? Do you trade for a guy, or do you use the draft? In what way would you go about it if you're Pete Carroll right now, or a GM advising Pete Carroll? This is the way we have to go. One of those three ways.
That's a great question. I don't know if they're in position to get one of the coveted quarterbacks of this year's class. Again, you may have to just go with the bridge. Seriously, if Russell Wilson is your quarterback for the next year or two while you retool the rest of that team, and I think he's going to come relatively cheap compared to what other quarterbacks are getting at the top end. I don't know. The Raiders are kind of in that middle, aren't they? They're not high enough to get either Shador or Cam, no matter what you think of them. But the other thing is, here's another issue. What if Max Crosby wants out? Do you parlay that into getting into the top three to get one of those quarterbacks?
I don't think Pete Carroll lets Max Crosby go as a defensive guy. There's no way. I got to ask you this, though. Don't you go young then with the 27-year-old Sam Darnold, who's the youngest of the three?
You have to go completely young. Look, if you get Darnold and you say, okay, Darnold, 4-year contract, reasonable money. Here's the issue. There's no Justin Jefferson, right? There's not even an Addison.
Yeah.
Do they even have a Hawkinson? Well, they do. Their tight ends are good. Their tight ends are excellent.
Brock Bowers the dog.
Brock Bowers is an all-pro. Okay, so that's one part. So if you can get a guy like him for relatively moderate numbers, it's not the worst thing in the world. But again, I actually read that Pete and Russell are kind of seeing eye to eye again.
I'd be nervous that Sam Darnold would go back closely to who he was before if he does not have the right weaponry around him, though, to your point.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
He may not have a choice, man. May not have a choice. He doesn't have a choice. He's not in the driver's seat no more. Here's the issue I have, though, and what nobody's going to talk about. I want to ask you, do you put Mike, or whatever his name is, Mayer, who's really been
Notre Dame, yeah.
Kind of a bust. Kind of been a bust. Do you put him in a package deal and try to go get a DK Metcalf or a quarterback?
Well,
I'm just saying.
You're calling him a bust. Why would anyone else want him? That's not
I'm saying
that guy's a bust. You know what we want him?
He's still a commodity. He'll still go. He's a tight end. It's a freak. He's still a freakish tight end. He just had that whatever happened. Remember, he left for like 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know if someone will, but I'm just saying, if he is, I'm trying to get rid of him now rather than a year from now.
I don't know what value Michael Mayer has, baby Gronk. Who knows? The Raiders are so far from being a good team. It's almost like if you're Pete Carroll, you have to say to yourself, do I sacrifice this first year? Do I Jimmy Johnson this and go 1-15? But then here's the question: who's this Herschel Walker? How do you expedite that process through NFL draft choices? So
yeah, they've got rid of a lot of stuff, man. I'm just going to be honest. They've got rid of a lot.
Like give the coach some draft picks and some players, and we'll give them AR5.
Hey, Steve, real quick off the topic.
I wouldn't trade him for a Chico stick, as Coach would say. I wouldn't trade him for a Slim Jim.
Hey, Steve, I got to ask you, there's no one else better to have than you. And take this as no disrespect because this is not your dialect. It's a total different language, I believe, and ethnicity. Do you know the Asiana Flight 214 pilots' names?
Is it like holy fuck? And
that's one.
That's
holy
one.
fuck.
I saw the graphic years ago. I've actually tweeted it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, hold on.
Captain Sung Ting Wong.
Yeah, something. I've seen this one. It's actually in one of my folders. There's something Wong. Holy fuck. What's
We
the other
Too
one?
Low. We Too Low.
Yeah, We Too Low.
And Bang Diao.
Why was Steve the perfect person to ask that question? I'm just curious.
Well, you know why.
I'm just curious, JB.
Because Otani asked me, homie. Now let's move on.
We got topics lined up in the rundown here that Bailey took the time to put together. So I'm gonna go through the rundown real quick, and we'll go back to some fun here. So Aaron Glenn, who we brought up, was officially introduced as the Jets head coach, and he says, "We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this." Show the video real quick. I want to get JB's reaction and Steve's as well.
Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. Listen, there are going to be some challenges, but with challenges becomes opportunity, gets opportunity. But here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this.
All right. No, JB, no notepad, no notes. Came from the heart. Scanned the room. What's your overall take or first impression on Aaron Glenn? You like
horrible coach.
What? What do you mean? Get out of here.
Horrible D coordinator. I'm just going to be honest. Horrible D coordinator. This is just a repeat delete. This is Robert Saleh, isn't it? Did we do this already?
I specifically what was the first impression of this video in his press conference. We know your overall opinion, what you think he'll become. First impression of this.
Yay. Another hype video. I'm not excited. I have an ailing roster. I have a Devontae Adams who fucking worried about more Taco Bell than he is catches. I got a guy in Jarrett Wilson who's is a hype. Yeah. I got Sauce Gardner who don't want to tackle and pulls himself out of the game. I got Jermaine Johnson with a fucking Achilles, my best pass rusher, out. I got Quentin Williams is my best defensive player, and that's it. Like I got a lot of issues here, and I got a D coordinator. If you look at Detroit's defense, is the most unsound defense in football, and now he's the head coach.
Well, wait a minute.
Because he played there.
Jump in, Steve.
The Detroit defense was actually going to be really good, and they just had 58 injuries.
Thank you.
No, they had good players, Steve. They had good players. They were not
and
good.
They got stripped away. Coach, there's never been a coordinator that said, man, he had shitty players, but what a good defense. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
Players I get it, but you still got to have some sort of similar.
You lose Aleem McNeil. You lose a lot of your cornerbacks. You had issues. Alex Anzalone was gone for a couple weeks. Look, I thought he did a great job in that press conference. I thought he made a very good first impression. Now he's got to get to work. Who are his coordinators? That's going to be key. There are still some players. Now, if you can tie this together with a good version of Aaron Rodgers, who was locked in, he's all in, I think you have a shot to be not terrible the first year. But
who they hire as a GM, you know?
I don't even know.
Kid out of Denver? Is that who they get? They end up getting? Bailey? Did they get the kid out of Denver? I think they got a young kid out of Denver as assistant. Is now going to be the GM.
He's as good as Brad Holmes. I mean, Brad Holmes is the key to that whole thing in Detroit.
That's my point to you, Steve. That was my point I was going to make. You got to really dissect this roster, and you may have to trim some fat with some guys that could be just a bad nucleus. This roster is overhyped to me. Like, the guys that we thought were supposed to be so good have really been, not so good. I'm just saying.
Can we let Aaron Glenn get through his first OTA? I mean, that's part of it. He wants to get a look at these guys.
To Shaun King's point, like, does Aaron Glenn scare Aaron Rodgers to say, hey, I'm going to go to Egypt for a week. I'm going to miss OTAs, dog. I'll be back. Like, that's the problem there. That's the problem there.
If I'm Aaron Glenn, I'd say, Aaron, are you in? Are you all in? Yes. All right, see you at OTAs. And if I get a but, I'd be like, excuse me? Look, and I'd write that to Aaron. Either you show up to this or I'm going to move on. I'm good.
But he ain't saying that. He's not saying that right now. That's the problem.
Okay, but he's not saying he's letting him go to vacation either. I
know, but he never does.
If you want to be our quarterback, you're going to show up at A, B, and C. If not, good. Enjoy your retirement. I'm going to move on. He is going to get 4 years from the Woody Johnson. This is not going to be Antonio Pierce. This is not going to be these 1-and-1. Because of his history and because of his pedigree, Aaron Glenn gets some time. So he does have a little bit more leverage than you think, Coach.
You shall see. Listen,
I'm interested
on this one, man. But let's transition to another coach who got hired. We joked about it a little bit earlier, but we didn't really dive into it. But Liam Cohen was announced as the Jaguars head coach, and talk about Trevor Lawrence a little bit. Try to get the community pretty hyped and excited. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and play the video, man. I don't know if you have another video or just this one, but just play what you got.
How do we make Trevor Lawrence in this offense as dynamic and explosive as we can be? Right? We've got to build it around him as well, right? We've got to make every part of this about improvement, and he will be a part of that process. He's earned that right. I cannot respect his toughness and mentality and work ethic more than I do already from afar, and this will all be about Trevor right now.
And then I'm going to balance his books too.
That whole thing sounded like fake, though.
That's what the guy looks like. Steve, the game's changed, man. I don't recognize football coaches no more because this guy would never – I mean, this guy would be a fucking accountant in my world. I just don't – I don't recognize him no more, Steve. And we're acting as if football game on the field has changed. Like it's not played by gridiron guys anymore, and this ain't a soldier sport, and it's not a warrior ran sport. Like, that's what people don't understand. The analytics, Steve, that you and I just witnessed over the weekend, and we're like, you're taking it out of the football hands and putting it in analytics hands is number one. Then we hire guys that look like analytical guys, and then we expect football players to be tough, rough, and be great again. Like, it's an oxymoron.
With you, Coach. Now, he was at Tampa Bay, right?
With Baker, yes. Great
I
offense.
thought he did a nice job rehabilitating Baker. But again, that does not mean that he's going to have success with Trevor Lawrence, who has been a disappointment.
Remember, he wasn't the head coach, and we got to stop Smitty with this take. He was not the head guy there. It's a lot easier when you go call plays versus managing the whole fucking thing sitting in this chair. I'm just telling you. You guys are going to see the problem, man.
It is, and we're going to see, can you lead men? That is the thing. I thought Dan Campbell years ago, when I remember – watching the Hard Knocks in 2011, the Miami Dolphins year.
Yep.
There are two things that stood out. Ocho Cinco getting fired because he had a fight with his reality star girlfriend, and that ended his career. And I thought Dan Campbell, as a young coach, I said, that guy's going to – I even tweeted about it. Someone brought it up to me. I said, that guy's going to be a head coach. You could just tell. Like, you could tell he was going to be able to lead men and run an organization. I don't know about Liam Cohen, but I do know this. He did a good job with Baker. Coach, he's an offensive coordinator, so he did his job there. Now we're going to see if he can elevate and lead 47 men at a time.
Yep.
That remains to be seen.
Now, listen,
see, this is why I don't like when people say, well, he'll do this for 2 years, he'll get fired, and then he'll get a college job. See, that's the problem I have with these people that don't understand. You imagine that motherfucker walking into your house in Miami-Dade and recruiting your fucking kid.
Yeah, but Coach, can we be honest? You know what recruiting now is? You have a check. Here's your NIL. In fact, you know what I would do if I'm a college coach now? I'd go to Kinko's and print up one of those big game show checks.
Yeah.
And I just walk in there. All right, this is your offer. Yes or no? No? Okay, let's go. Because what's the point?
I know.
What is the point today?
It's a waste of time, man.
One of the greatest stories ever was when Jimmy Johnson was recruiting my buddy Claude Jones, and Claude's looking through the media guide, going through the depth chart, and Jimmy slaps his hand. Goes, no, what are you doing? Well, he goes, well, coach, I'm looking at how many guards and tackles. He goes, no, Claude, I'm gonna tell you now. If you don't compete, we're gonna send your ass home anyway. So don't be looking at that. So the last thing he tells them, he's with Joe Brodsky, great running back coach. God rest his soul, great football man. So at 9 o'clock, Florida State has the next meeting. And Claude said to me, Steve, Florida State was willing to do a lot to get me over there. He went to Dillard High School. So it's like 8:57. So Jimmy gets off the couch and he goes, all right, Coach Brodsky, we got to get out of here. So he looks over at Claude and he shakes hands with the mother. He goes, Claude, I'm going to tell you, I know who's waiting out there. I know what they're wanting to do, but I want to tell you this. You got two choices. And he goes, yes, Coach. You can either win with us or get beat by us the next 4 years. He just walked out the door. You can't do that there's no life lessons anymore. So this thing is whole difference. I would just walk in with a big blank check and say, what's the number? Write it in. Let's see if it's in our budget. The guy writes in 200,000. They say, okay, just call my NIL guy. A collective. 200. All right, you're in. Congratulations. Welcome. That's it. That's what it is nowadays. Can we be honest about that's what recruiting is?
We're going to dive into this. We're going to dive into the next thing with this Ohio State, Penn State losing to DC. But I got to ask you, though.
The coach took more money, Coach. There's nothing that he took more money. The players and the coaches are the same fucking people.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
No. I want to just go back before we get to this. I want to go back to talking about this Cohen kid hire. Please stop. Please stop comparing him to. No, you guys just said the same shit. They're the same guy. You guys just said it. So please stop saying this guy's MCDC when he got hired and everybody called him corny for biting off.
Who said that?
No,
Campbell. No, hell no.
I'm telling everybody that I'm seeing. Yes, they are. They're DMing me this. He was weird too, Coach. He was weird. No, he wasn't weird.
Campbell was not weird.
Fucking bite your face off. Yeah, there's a huge difference in biting your face off than do-roll. Fucking
Coach,
weirdo ass.
It's really kneecaps, but yeah, you're right. He's nothing like Dan Campbell. He ain't like Motor City Dan. That's a man's man.
That's fucking weird, Steve. This is weird. Let's dive into
it. Play it, baby, so Steve can hear it.
Is that a skinny tie that he's wearing? I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Power tie.
Steve.
Duval.
Hey, I like this guy's got to be he's got to be a plant of some sort, Steve. Like, did you see his face? He's got an ear, an eyebrow, and a face. Oh, I can't do that.
I can't even do the eyebrows. Like, I can't even do what he did.
And his ear and his lips.
Ear
guys, I have a question. That serious as cancer. Rock him. Steve, rock him. Great breakdown by Eric Weddle on the little things that matter, the coaching advantage that the Kansas City Chiefs had over the Buffalo Bills. Because in a big game, there are no little things. A thing is a thing. It all matters. Eric Weddle broke it down on a micro and a macro level. But I have a very basic question. And Smitty, you keep up with this more than I do. Has there been an explanation why James Cook only got 16 carries? Because me, Coach, and Coach Parker are watching the game at the JB Touchdown Cigar Slapdick Lounge. And there's parts of the game we're all saying, where's number 4?
Right.
This game kind of look, nothing against Ty Johnson and running Ray Davis. They're good backups. Game like that, you cannot just think plays. You got to think players. And James Cook is developed into like a top 5-ish running back. He had 13 carries. I think he averaged like 6-7 yards a carry. But he only had 16 touches. And Smitty, was he injured? Was he hurt? Did he have asthma? Did he get heat stroke in that 30-degree weather? What in the name of Thurman Thomas was going on there?
Nothing as far as injury. We had Dr. Jesse Morse came on today. There's no injury news with them. There's nothing that has came out that's given us an actual reason of why they took him out. So to this point, it sounds like it was just a coach's decision for whatever reason, which is insane.
It wasn't hurt, Steve, because you and I both we're like, is he running a fucking wheel route right out the gate? His first series back, he runs a wheel route, so we know he wasn't hurt.
I know he's on his first contract, and he didn't play 8 years in college, so he's probably in his mid-20s, right? It's not an oppressively hot day. You get a week off if you make the Super Bowl. Now he's got 8 months off. Okay, so why in the world, if you're going to use the run game, because I thought the game plan was a tad conservative, and they did run the ball well at times. But my view is this: if it's going to be a little bit more of a run game that I'm going to go with, I got to go with my horse. I got to go with my secretariat. That has to be James Cook. I did not understand why he missed series at a time. And if I'm James Cook, I'm never tapping out of that game. I'm not.
You can't tell me that if that guy gets even 10 more carries, they don't win that game.
The only thing that I read, Steve, is that early in the fourth quarter on the sideline, they said the trainers did check him out. It was, I think, over like a 5-minute span early in the fourth quarter. They said they checked him out.
I get it, but this is, Coach, you're going to piss people off, but Emmitt Smith in 1993, the last game of the year, they're playing the Giants. And then basically this game decided home field advantage and who won the NFC. Emmitt Smith takes a draw play late in the first, and he crushes his shoulder. I think it was Greg Jackson ran him down. So his shoulder's hanging off like this.
Yeah.
And he's crying on the field. But that offense could not move without him. And the second half, Emmitt Smith put on one of the greatest performances I have ever seen, even though he's a Florida Gator. And John Madden said on the CBS broadcast, what Emmitt Smith did is that's the most courageous performance he ever saw. Guys, what happened? It's okay to be courageous. I would tell the doctor, get away from me. I'm trying to get you and I to a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, that's just the way it works.
No, I'm with you for 100%. At that point, it's now like, what are you saving your body for? Like, this is the AFC Championship game. There's nothing to save. And he came in after, I think he had like a 23-yard screen. So whatever the injury was, it wasn't nothing serious enough to keep him out the game. So I don't know. Maybe it's something.
Coach, I have a question. The way they rotate backs now, right? Everyone uses 2, if not 3. But isn't there about 3-4 games a year where you say to your number one guy, hey, load up, you're getting 30 touches this game?
Steve, right? I was a young coach, and I had a JUCO Hall of Famer in California by the name of Carl Beach. Absolutely motherfucking me on the sideline. Why the fuck are you subbing out? I go, Coach, I got 3 D1 backs, but that one's the best. And he was right. And that was way out, it was a long time ago. I was a younger coach. He was fucking right. And head coaches know sometimes they know what's best for their teams. And I learned that later in life. As an OC, you think you know all the shit and you want to be pretty and glamorous and all this shit. But as a head coach, they know, okay, I know what gets me first downs and I know what keeps my defense off the football field. And I had a special back and I had 2 really good ones and I just milked them. And he said, and then the guy got tired and he tried to come out and the head coach said, fuck no, you're not coming out. So,
right, I mean, look, I get it. If that was a game in the middle of October, late November, I get it. This is, as Jim Moore would say, the playoffs. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs. It matters. Get them in there. He's got a whole week to rest, Coach. They don't play another game. Well, they don't play a game for 8 months now, 9 months. But you had, 13 days to rest? Coaches know they'll let guys not practice, right, after a rough game. I've heard of stories where a coach will say, hey, you, and you, you're off. You're not practicing till Thursday. Don't worry about it. That's how you do it.
Yeah. I agree. You got 2 weeks off, Steve. This is, I don't know. Smitty just computer died or something. Let me ask you this. Let's dive into the Ohio State. I talked to Zach last night. I know you saw his take too.
Zach broke the story, by the way. Zach broke the story on Saturday.
Yeah. Zach broke the story. He brought up a lot of topics. He told me a lot of things. His wife's on Facebook and basically saying that they locked him out of the facility and said you had this XY amount of time to sign this $2.7 million deal. I told you at my house, I said, there's no way Ohio State don't match it or can't match it. I said, something's going on there. Rumors now that Chip Kelly may be going to the Lions or the Texans from an inside source of mine. That's an inside source of mine. So, yeah, interesting on that. I'm curious. I hope not. I hope you don't go to the Texans with my player. But I got to ask you, I understand dollars and cents talks. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I get all that. But do you really leave for the inferior team? I don't understand. Something else is bigger here.
Coach, if you look at the last 10 matchups, Ohio State has dominated that rivalry. It's not like they're blowing them out, but they are winning all the games. They just won a national title. Here's the issue for Penn State, though. Would you rather have an elite defensive coordinator, and your defense has not been the problem? Their defense is solid. If their defense and offense were a little bit more level, they may have won the national title. I think Penn State's bigger issue is, and I've said this throughout the whole year, they have no threats outside. They have to get faster and more explosive on the perimeter. Where have you gone, O.J. McDuffie? Joe Jaravicius ain't walking through that door. K.J. Hamler is not walking through that door. Kenny Jackson, Bobby Ingram are not walking through. They are so pedestrian at wide receiver. And I think that their quarterback might be inconsistent, Drew Aller, but he's got an NFL arm, and you're basing your whole offense on Ty Warren. I actually think Penn State made a good hire, but I think they're better off getting a lot more speed and spending that money to get a couple portal wide receivers.
Can I just give you some context on this? So they hired him for roughly $3.2 million.
Woo!
He would be the 58th highest paid head coach in college football. He's a D coordinator. He would rank above Deshaun Foster, Clark Lee, Britt Brennan, Brent Key, Dickert, Alex Golish, Jeff Traylor, who's done a great job. He would be ahead of Rhett Lashley at SMU by over $1 million. He would be paid higher than Jeff Monken, Trent Bray, Jay Norvell. He'd be higher paid than Barry Odom and Jim Mora. I just got to be honest, just giving you guys context, this is the defensive coordinator. He would be paid higher than a half the NCAA head coaches. So, to your point, Steve, why would you put all that money in the kitty on the defensive side when your defense has been legit for 30 years?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I didn't look at Penn State and say, God, if they just would have had they had one of the better defenses in the country. Abdul Carter will be a top 5 pick. They've consistently produced on that side of the ball. But again, it's a dog-eat-dog world. But if you're Ohio State, you still have a lot of talent, but you're losing it. Maybe Jim Knowles says, well, wait a minute. I've won a national title. I got the job done. I'm going to be losing a lot of players like JTT, Jack Sawyer, Denzel Burke. Maybe he's thinking, you know what? I've maximized my time. Let me make some money. I mean, $500,000, that's a lot of money. That's a pretty significant difference for any coach.
Let's go to some jaw jacking or real talk, Steve. We got Coach Reed, friend of the show, known Carl a long time, St. Louis native, covers CBS Sports and some other things. I want to get if this is some real talk or jaw jacking. He talks about college football recruiting here in this segment. Take a listen.
In this day and age, college coaches have to look at you like an asset that can or cannot help their team. What upsets you a lot of times about the recruiting process is that through the player acquisition phase, which is recruiting, relationships have to be built because of the way that it's designed for college coaches to acquire players. In the National Football League, it's a draft. So the relationship building between player and coach and family is not the same process. So you get really upset when a coach, you feel like he promised you something and he went back on it. Most coaches don't want to be bad guys. They would like for it to be a developmental game, but they don't have time anymore. They fire you quick. And players, you also have the ability to come and go as you please. So the game has just changed. And what do you do when something changes or when things are one way and you wish they were another? You better change with it.
Adapt or die.
Adapt or die. It is Darwinism. And he's right. Look, the years were like, let me give you an example. Don Nealon in the 80s. Great job at West Virginia. And there was a particular pattern he had. And Don Nealon really elevated that program. He'd have a good team like every 4 to 5 years because he had to develop a group of guys and let them grow together. And by their senior years, like they'd make a run. So if you ever look at Don Nealon's record, every 4th year, like whether it was like a good year in like 83, 84, and then 88, they played for the national title. They had another good team in like the 90s, but they never were like a team that won 11, 11, 10. They'd always go like 5, 7, 8, then all of a sudden 11 or 12. I think those days are over, Coach. Can't do it. You get stripped away. The portal kills that ability to do that.
But I gotta add, eventually it's gonna run dry, man. The well will run dry, and then what Carl just said, nothing will. It'll all be changed again. It'll all be different.
I know one thing that could solve it, and I'll say this again: multi-year contracts. If this is now professional football, why are we going everything on a one-off? Make these NIL deals contingent on playing at a school. Let's get that guys over with. Let's start faking it. The school is involved. Let's be honest about that. And number 3, multi-year. Doesn't have to be 4 to 5. Make it at least 2. These things can actually give you some very, very good common sense guardrails.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man. I just don't see. I don't know. I just think eventually you're gonna run dry, and the blood life of of this whole thing will come back to the organic nature of high school and JUCO, which they will regret by milking this portal with 7,000 kids a year that eventually run dry when only 1% of them make it out. I mean, it can't live forever like this. It's just no way possible. There's not enough kids.
And Coach, again, if you would just make these players sit out 1 year, like the old days, I think at least half the transfers would say, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's
even more, I think, Steve. I think even more than half, honestly, because players don't want to miss a year. Nobody wants to just miss a whole year. Like, so I'm with you. They change that, it changes everything. But
it's definitely. I don't know. I don't get it. It's crazy. Wild, Wild West.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Steve, we appreciate you, my guy, man.
Talk to you guys Thursday. I'll be on Whitlock a little bit later, and I'll talk to you guys Thursday.
All right, best Steve. Appreciate it.
The one and only Steve Kim, y'all. Clap it up for him in the background. JB, man, we do got one more special guest. Our boy T. Rich will come on here on the last hour, but we got to do a commercial break before. You know, my neighbor said I'm a little loud, so I got to make sure we do a longer commercial break. I can move my car, cuss out my neighbor, get something to eat. But before we go there, man, we got to go to white people shit. It's time for WPS, man, brought to you by Winnable. Go to Winnable right now and follow our pick.
All you got to do is show Duval every time. That's white people shit as fucking as much as it gets.
His eyebrows was tripping me out. But what we got for WPS, baby? Let's check it out. That's what my neighbor's doing right now.
So why don't you do it back?
No, they're doing this to me because they said me and you were so loud in the morning, so I'm about to go down there and take care of it.
What are you gonna do?
Huh?
What are you gonna do?
Have a conversation.
See, this is the problem, man. We get. God, fuck! I wish I was there.
What would you do if you was here?
I'd be the bad guy, so you don't have to.
What would you do, though?
I'd choke fuck out of somebody. Just choke fuck them. A good choke fucking is the best possible get right quick act that you could do.
So what's the difference between just a regular choke and a choke fuck?
Choke fuck is just an extreme to the extreme level of a choke.
Oh, okay.
It's like a disrespectful, like it ain't that.
Oh, is it?
No, it's this, homie.
Oh, you're like
fucking choke fuck the shit out of you, homie. Yes, I would have choke fucked the shit out of the dude that threw his helmet and pushed the coach. I would have choke fucked the shit out of the guy that slapped the coach at Florida a couple years ago. I would choke fuck the shit out of, this fucking. Let me show you, homie, real quick. Don't take it as racist. Everybody in the chat. If you gotta say it, don't take it as racist first.
It's racist.
It's racist. But it's funny. And this is the Chiefs Queendom coming at me. And it's me fending off the Chiefs Queendom. Take a look.
Oh, that's hella racist. Damn, dog. If you never said nothing about it, then it wouldn't even been racist. But you said it, so now I see it.
Yeah. That's me against the queendom, homie. Shout out to that dog. That's a dog. To give you context, that's a white dog. And he's fending off 7 wolves, homie. Those are wolves, Smitty. That motherfucker's a gangster. And he's smart, Smitty. He got up on high ground. He knew he got on high ground. And them motherfuckers didn't want to come up there. And then the dad opens a window late to throw something. You cowardly fuck. Save your dog, homie.
You wouldn't go out there with no whole high pack of wolves, homie. You wouldn't go out there either. You would have pulled your but you wouldn't have went out there physically. Come on,
If
now.
Ash was fending them off like that, homie, yeah, I was.
You would put your full body out there with a pack of 10 wolves.
There was 5 or whatever, and yeah. Because if Ash fended them off, homie, and got on high ground and was just smarter than them, then I got to go help my dog, homie. Yeah. And guess what? I'm not going to go out
from the window. You can help from the window, homie.
No, homie. Then pull the dog in the window then.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, but I'm staying my black.
That dog wasn't smoked, homie. That dog wasn't like, he went back down after the motherfuckers. And by the way, he went back down, though. He went back down after the motherfuckers, though.
Well, watch this
like,
at the end.
Like what? Woo, woo, woo.
He chased the last one. Look, come here, motherfucker.
Hey. See, Ash ain't smart enough. Ash ain't his daddy. Ash would just fight you. He would have fought the fucking one, and they would all grabbed him, and then I would have had to come out there with blah, 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 blah. And then, you know what I'm saying? But that dog's smart.
Callie's smart as hell, though, but she just old. But she's smart. Callie's smart.
Callie would have just ran in next to me. She wouldn't have fought nobody.
Callie's soft. I didn't know Callie was soft.
Oh, no, she's not soft, but she wasn't going to fight 5 wolves. She's not dumb. Ash is dumb ass to fight 5 wolves.
Yeah, he is so.
See, you know what I'm saying? You can call what you want. One's fucking smart and one's not. I'm just telling you, one's dumb, meaning I'm gangster dumb. One is gangster but smart, and like, I know I'm not about to get into this. Like, I'm just saying. Smitty, I got to take a piss like a Russian racehorse.
You've been holding for a long time, homie. I mean, like you want, because earlier, anytime you turn to the side, I mean, you trying to get a direct line to the bathroom. You did an hour and a half ago. So I know your shit. You old too. You probably already pissed on yourself. Knowing you your shit ain't strong like it used to be, Paul. So you can't really hold your stream like that. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick commercial break. Last thing though, you was talking about choke fucking people. Some of the girls like Jazzy Jazz, they said they actually like that. So I'm just
all girls like it.
Leave that there, Leah. They said they like getting choked.
All girls like it. All girls like it. All girls like it.
Not all of them.
All of them. If they tell you different, they're liars.
Well, we'll take a quick 5-minute commercial break. I'll move my car.
Hey, Whitlock came at me. Whitlock came at me because I put a video. And before we leave real quick, Bailey, I don't know if you have it, but I made a soup last night, Smitty. A shrimp crab jalapeno soup.
Ooh, that sounds fire.
With corn.
Ooh, that sounds fire. Like
Homie,
a fiesta soup, like a fiesta, like I know
it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm be honest, it's unbelievable.
Soup, yeah.
It's unbelievable, healthy, fucking the whole deal. And tonight, I still have a lot left. By the way, I made a big old thing. But I say goddamn in a lot of my cooking videos, meaning like it's good. Like god damn.
Oh yeah, JB. Whitlock don't like that.
Whitlock don't like it, and Whitlock, don't judge me. That's what God said. First of all, let me check you.
I don't say that. Like you do need to stop saying that shit.
No, I don't.
Nah, and that's an easy thing. Just say damn. Don't put God name in vain like that, homie.
I told Whitlock, hey dog, I repented, just like you did, homie.
See, that's why.
Look at that shit, Smitty. Look at that, homie.
That looks fire, but that's the reason though. I repented. I mean, you just do it wherever the hell you want to do 24/7. Just repent. No, that's not how it works, homie. Don't disrespect the Lord. Don't disrespect the Lord.
That's what Whitlock does.
So hold on. When you say he checked you, what did he say?
He didn't check me. He said that on Twitter.
Like what did he say? He said stop saying
nobody
that.
Checked.
What will I say? What I?
He said, Coach, JB, love that food. The food looks great. That food looks great. Look at that shit, Smitty. God damn.
It looked really good for real though. On a serious note,
No, it's really good.
Spicy, creamy balls. Yeah, that's fine. All you need a little bit of Tabasco. You ready to go? I tear it up.
I don't need it. That shit's spicy.
No, I like Tabasco though. On top of that type of stuff, Tabasco goes good with like soups and stuff.
No, that's real. That's real. No, Whitlock said it like it looks great, but then I put cilantro and an avocado on top.
It's crazy that cilantro. That's how I know God is real. Cilantro is a plant. It just grow like that. You rip it off and it just tastes good. It has the strongest amount of cilantro. It enhances everything. The flavor is
mint leaves are stronger.
Cilantro goes in more stuff. You don't want everything to taste like a mint though.
No, but mint leaves are stronger. I cook. You don't.
No, mint leaves are stronger, but I'm saying there's more food dishes that cilantro pairs with than mint. I don't want everything mint.
Be nickel, then go on Whitlock's show because I can give a fuck less what Whitlock says or you.
So Whitlock checked you though.
Right now, if you haven't figured out I'm a grown ass man and I like saying goddamn, then you need to fucking go check someone else out, you dumb fucks. Anyway, I repented, just like Whitlock does, right?
But Whitlock checked you though.
No, he didn't check. Nobody checks me.
I was making sure.
No, he said the food looks great, but stop using Lord vain or name in vain. And I said, Whitlock, I repented, homie, just like you.
We gotta move our pride to the side. It's okay to like have another homie or our peer or whatever say something that you know is right and like actually take it and
that's why I didn't snap back at him. Yeah.
But you didn't start to be nickel for just saying you agree with Whitlock. Why you get mad at be nickel? He ain't saying that wrong.
I said go watch Whitlock then if you don't like what I do.
And then you said GD again though, just to do it.
Goddamn, yeah, homie. I say it. And by the way, that's not a bad word. Not a bad word though. Go look it up.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Whitlock and you and everybody's wrong with the word goddamn, homie. Go look it up. Goddamn's a good word. Be back in 5. What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the party here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
A 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me, JB.
I might race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is the real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
This is nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
this is mine, right?
Hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their AmazonStore.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, first round performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go first round.
Go first round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First round, the highest quality.
First round performance. Go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace. Yeah, we're in the building. We're in the building. Here's an issue with goddamn, okay? Christians, which I am, Christians get offended because it says you're taking the Lord's name in vain. And because you use a phrase as a curse word, I think gets a little taken out of context. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to say it. It's not really a bad thing. Go do the root of the word and the words, the term, goddamn. Just go do some research. Go do some research. Because Jesus Christ is okay.
You shouldn't be the one that speaks on that because
I can speak on it, homie. I can speak on it.
You're not a believer. You don't follow the word. I
believe. I know more about it than you.
So you shouldn't try to really speak on it.
I know more about it than you, homie. I know more about it than you.
Earlier when Dude said you a white man, you can't speak on black stuff. This is the same thing but different. It's like you can't speak on.
Your mic and setup so bad it just cut out. Smitty, I got Jesus right here on my tab. Don't I got Jesus right here? Jesus Christ? Look at that.
Nah, that's a white man on your leg.
That's Jesus. Jesus is white.
No, he's not. See, that's how I know you don't read the Bible. Jesus is described with a certain description of the hair. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm not saying he's black either. I'm saying he's not white. That's what I'm saying. If you read the description, that's not the description of a white man.
That's all there is. That's all there is.
No, it's not.
There's only white and black, homie.
He's a melanated color for sure. Think about the time and where they were located too. I don't want to get deep into it, but even where the Bible and where the stories are located, he wasn't. Why would he be just white pale like you? It wouldn't even make sense. It wouldn't even make sense to be that.
Makes sense.
I'm not saying he a brother. Like I'm just saying he ain't no pale white man. Look it up, homie.
He white as fuck. Motherfucker look like Theo.
Weird news I gotta talk to you about, and we didn't really show so. My schedule's gonna get a little funky here soon, and we gotta figure out some things. So, like Super Bowl week, just hear me out. Like the week leading up to Super Bowl, Wednesday night, I'm flying out to the NO. It's official. I'm going out to New Orleans. We got live shows Thursday.
When?
Let me see. So it's 9, 8. 7,
Next Wednesday, you're saying?
February 5th. Yes.
Next Wednesday.
Night.
Next Wednesday.
Yes. Night.
A week from today.
Today's Tuesday, I think. What's today?
A week from tomorrow. Sorry.
Yeah, a week from tomorrow. So February 5th, that night. So after I do our show at Fox, I'm grabbing my stuff. I'm driving to Van Nuys. I'm getting on the PJ. I'm going straight to the NO. So Thursday, Friday, I'm gonna be in New Orleans. So I'm trying to figure out what the our work schedule will be like that Thursday, so I can determine like how much of the show. I'm gonna have my laptop, my mic, I'm gonna bring stuff with me to see how much of the show I can do and figure all that out. But that Thursday, Friday, I will be in New Orleans though, so we gotta figure that piece out.
Then you'll be back here Saturday.
Yeah, I'm flying back Saturday. Yep. So then I'll pull up on you Sunday for the game.
I need you to pull up Saturday though to help me set up.
And then that next week. So obviously Super Bowl Sunday.
You dismissed what I said.
So Super Bowl
I said
Sunday,
I need you to come Saturday though.
So Super Bowl Sunday, that show Monday be our biggest show of the year. I want to talk to you, and we can figure this out. But that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then that following week, I got all that off from Fox. So every year after Super Bowl, each show is kind of like each week, like the herd have some time off. We got some off. So I got hella days off. So I'm gonna talk to you. We'll figure some things out. But Big Smitty might take 2 days off. Just take a couple of days off, just so I can just reset, get back in line. We'll figure it out. I'm just talking out loud right now.
You mean like take days out being here in studio? Because I don't know about taking days off. We're gonna do that anyway. We always have to after Super Bowl we take time off. But
we'll figure it out.
But usually it's like a week after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Bailey.
Exactly.
I'm flying Bailey out here for the Super Bowl.
I know.
So we got to figure out Monday's show because he got to fly back Monday.
He'll be here. Oh, I see what you're saying.
So he can do from my office. He'll run the show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
And then we got to bounce. And then
I'm saying that following week I got that whole week off from Fox. So I'm saying in a perfect world, selfishly speaking, it would be great to have like the Coach JB show, Big Smitty, a couple of those days off too, to where I can just take a deep breath and just like,
what are you doing?
Really just relax for a couple of days because my life has been crazy.
Don't play me the ball.
I got JB show off. I got Fox off. I can take a deep breath. We'll figure it out though. Lucy Lou said no days off, Jason Darnell. So
this motherfucker talking to himself for like 5 minutes. He told everyone his whole schedule and address and everything. We could have waited 5 minutes talking about it after the show, but we told everybody our whole life story.
It's the realest show we are, bro.
That's how real it is.
You can't say we real and then don't do real things. They don't correlate.
Yeah.
So we're gonna tell them good and bad. Like shit, a few months ago, motherfucker hacked us. You know what I mean? It's what it is. We took everything.
Jesse said he's gonna cancel his membership for that week.
Ah, damn. No, he didn't. Jesse. Never mind.
Never mind what?
We go listen. We're gonna do how the networks do it. We're gonna have like our quote unquote backup crew that's gonna fill in. We're still gonna have the show. It's just JB and I will be taking some time away to kind of take a deep breath. We'll have our backup host come in, still do the show the same way First Take does it when Stephen A. leaves for a week. The show still goes on. So I did
that. Zach Smith covered my show for a whole week with his co-host.
Yeah. So we'll have Big Madden and Bailey. They'll cover our show for the week, and then they'll promote their show on our show. And then me and you would take a time off. You can go to Lake Havasu. Me and my wife can go. We can go to Vegas, San Diego. Just kind of enjoy life for a little bit. We'll come back, refresh, reloaded, ready for NBA playoffs, NBA season in hockey.
Coach Fred is going to be our fill-in co-host anytime we need.
Here we go, Coach Fred and Shaun King, two brothers.
Yep. And oh boy.
Who? Him?
And him.
Duval.
I swear to God, every time you play it, I laugh, bro. Because I thought it was AI when I first saw it. I said, it's got to be AI. There's no way it's some real shit.
Duval.
Man, you got to stop, homie. This shit crazy.
Hey, speaking of coaches, though, let's dive into owners and coaching decisions because another weird senile motherfucker that's out there is Jerry Jones. And take a listen to what he had to say sitting right next to his new hire. Take a listen.
Now, I get my proverbial ass kicked over needing people in my comfort zone. Without this thing being about me in any way, if you don't think I can't operate out of my comfort zone, you're so wrong. It's unbelievable. This is as big a risk as you could take. As big a risk as you could take. No head coaching experience. Let me share something with you.
Wait, it gets worse.
With all of that, you've just heard him reference his osmosis, his family. Anybody in this room that doesn't believe the apple doesn't go far from the tree has missed it someplace down the road, especially if there was an effort to make it that way, and there was an effort. But then you go around to the countless numbers of coaches that Shotty has served on staff with and been around, the countless players. How often do you have someone that has 25, I'm going to say 25, it may be 26, of years of working through the human relationship and working, aspiring to learn, of have his ears and eyes wide open and looking for techniques and looking for things that make coaches better?
He said, hold on, he said, I've never went more out of my comfort zone than I'm doing right now. This gentleman next to me has zero coaching experience. He does not know football. He cannot coach the game. He cannot motivate men. The players won't respect him. This is why I hired him. This is the
That's not even that's not the best soundbite though. The best soundbite we didn't even have in there. The best soundbite, I don't know if Bailey has it, but he goes in on and says like you got zero head coaching experience. It's a risk. You're a huge risk for me. Like telling the motherfucker right in his face. Like there's a dog. You got to watch the whole interview, bro. It's unbelievable.
They played some of it during our show yesterday at Fox, so I heard some of this already. But nah, this is.
That's it. You don't have to be black to be DEI hire, homie. Yeah. I've been trying to tell y'all. He's a DEI hire.
I don't like the term though. It just made me feel uncomfortable.
I get it, but you shouldn't have to. Stop thinking like that, homie. He's a white DEI. He's a white boy DEI hire. That motherfucker's a DEI as it gets, homie. Stop. Stop. It's okay. You can say it. When you know it, you can say it.
He been coaching though. He ain't like he was at the crib.
He's horrible. Weddle told you yesterday. Weddle's been on a team. He's a fucking horrible OC. He's overhyped. His daddy was a dude. Daddy was
a beast though. Daddy was that dude.
Marcellus played for him, and I got a lot of friends that played for him. James Fuller, who was my arena league coach. Schottenheimer would embarrass you and motherfuck anybody.
Something happened? T-Rich Tuesday with the brand new shades. The Bama had the NFL draft hoodie and the Bama sweat. He let you know that he's a guy. He's a guy.
I had that wrap on my wall at Indy. Behind you, I had that wrap, a huge whole wall wrap with that.
Hey, that ain't a bad idea.
What did it say, JB? Don't read it right now, word for word, without looking. Cover your face. Cover your face.
Why you covering your hand on my shit?
Black people shit. Black people shit. Black people shit.
Hey, Smitty, T-Rich, is Jalen Milroe a tight end?
Oh shoot, damn.
Oh man, don't not today, man.
That's crazy. You just joined the show. He didn't tell you how.
Wow. Yeah.
He didn't say how your weekend went or nothing.
Yeah, Lee. No, he's not. He's a quarterback. He's a quarterback. You see what the guy's doing? He's a quarterback.
Have you seen him working out? That motherfucker look like goddamn. He motherfucker look like a goddamn linebacker.
He swole him up. I know he was swole like that. Motherfucker swole. He look like me.
That
look like tight end to me.
Huh? That motherfucker look like young Trent throwing the ball like that.
He's like a young me for real. Like that's how I used to live when I was a sophomore in college.
Look like a hybrid, like float tight end, move tight end. You know what I'm saying?
We can put a video of your boy Smitty was swole. You seen the squat video? I had Baby pull up.
Call you Big Smitty.
Hey, T-Rich. But let me be real brass tack. He declared, and now he's getting ready for the NFL. And you really think his best shot is at quarterback?
Richardson, a tight end?
Huh?
Is Anthony Richardson a tight end?
Should be. But I'm saying,
I think his
Jalen Milroe played quarterback, homie. Why would he play tight end? He never played tight end in his life.
So did AR5.
You sound like Bill Polian when he said Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver. Now look at him, about to be a 3-time MVP, played the AFC Championship, and he's one of the best players we've ever seen.
Bill Polian, old white. He's not from Compton, homie.
He's very good at evaluating talent, though. That's a fact.
Yeah, and I think too, though, the way the lead is going, they don't went away from the stand in the pocket quarterback. They need somebody that can move around, that can prolong the plays, create some stuff. They need it. I mean, it's working. I mean, you look at the guys that's in the Super Bowl right now. Both of those guys can do that, right?
Hey, T-Rich, if I said this is the worst NFL quarterback draft I've seen in my lifetime, and to top that off, I told you that Jalen Milroe is the worst in that worst draft, what would you say?
Oh, that's tough, man. That's tough to swallow right there, bro. I don't see Jalen being the worst quarterback in this draft. I just don't. I just can't. I think he had a situation to where it's tough to catch up when you're doing something for so long for a certain coordinator. And I think Jalen had 3 to 4 different coordinators in the last 4 years.
They had a completely different head coach on his last year.
And I understand that, but I think them coordinators, like, bro, it's tough, like, learning different. And Jason, JB, bro, like, being a quarterback, especially my bad.
Nah, you got it right. Jason.
Especially if you don't have a quarterback coach.
Hey, what was funnier than what you just said when you called me Jason, though, was when you cut out Smitty and said, no shit, I know we got a new head coach, but no one caught that. But anyway, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is that, like, it's hard when you don't have a real quarterback coach. Like, I can't play for nobody who didn't play my position. Jason, JB, you played this position.
Hold on, T-Rich. Bailey, please cue up the video, because we got to have T-Rich involved in this video. Please cue up the video when Coach Fuller showed up to Smitty's house to recruit him. Please pull that up. T-Rich, this is what you're talking about. You literally just said it, T-Rich. What did you just say, T-Rich? You got to play the position to recruit me.
Like, how can
to recruit me, right? Recruit me even, right? Before you get to playing?
I got recruited by our quarterback coach, Joey Lynch, and I got recruited by our chief coordinator, State Alum. Came to my workout, gave me a tap, and he said, "I'm watching you." I took the workout, got an offer that next day. So I don't know. I didn't get picked up by a recruited by.
You're cutting out. Hey, Bailey, you got that video?
And so so my thing, and this is a question for you, JB. If you're a head coach at a college and you're going out to recruit these kids, and and let's say it's a running back, would you send me to go recruit this? And you want this guy? Would you send me as a running back who played the game, who's coached it, who did all this other stuff in the game, right? Who these kids have seen play, or they can pull up video of me playing and busting somebody's ass. Would you send me, or would you send a special team guy to go recruit this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my question.
Well, I want to get your take. Take a listen. This how you. This one. I want to get your take on this. This is how you recruit. I want to see. Because
go ahead,
the
baby.
School. Unfortunately, the school made me hire. I know you're the best running back in the country, and I gotta get my running back coach to get you. The school made me hire a female running back coach. So really good though. She's really good. She's gonna come over and do the home visit. Her name's Coach Fuller. She'll be there any minute.
Okay.
All right. So let me know how it goes.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Hold on, though. T-Rich, Smitty said he doesn't mind. You don't have to play the position to recruit him. That's what he said. So let's see. Ding dong. Ding dong.
Come here. How you doing? You Coach Fuller?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm
How you doing, Darnell?
Brown told me you were coming by. Pleasure to meet you.
How you doing, Darnell? Man, we really want to get you on our campus. We really want to get you on a visit. And I think Coach Brown is really, really high on you. And I know you could tote the rock.
Okay.
You could tote the rock. I know you could tote the rock. You could tote the rock.
I appreciate
you
that.
Could tote the rock. I want you to hit. I want you to jump out.
Do you have?
What?
What type of experience do you have coaching the position?
Coaching the position. This is my first job.
Oh, okay. So,
I'm gung-ho. I'm a go-getter.
Okay.
I am a gung-ho go-getter now, and I'm going to get you from point A to point B, Darnell.
Man, y'all play too much, bro. Y'all play too damn much.
No, that's Jason, homie.
I'm just saying, T-Red, she's a go-getter.
I'm saying, why you was bent over like that?
Because she's short. Because she's supposed to be a short woman. He would disrespect because Shorty is a running back.
She's short, homie. T-Rich, she's short. And she walked into T-Rich's house, homie, and said, T-Rich is the #1 running back in America, and I need to get you to play for me. Are you going there? I can't do it, homie.
I didn't go to Florida State because I felt like Bobby Brown was going to be out the door. And I'm not saying like be fired. I thought he was going, because I seen him sit down when I was at his house, and he took 30 seconds to sit down, and he almost fell out the seat. And I'm like, man, Bobby Brown ain't gonna last. Like, he ain't gonna be the guy. And Jimbo kept saying, I'm gonna be the guy. He kept saying it. But it was like, man, if I'm gonna go play for somebody, bro, I want to play for Bobby Brown. He's the legend. He's the guy. He's had these successful work. He done had work done. He didn't have work done contact me. Like, these guys I need to be in contact with. Like, I just can't see and there's nothing against the women. Listen, nothing against the women. We ain't trying to get canceled, right? But the thing is, I can't tell a woman how to control her period. I don't know how. I've never experienced that. And I'm just saying, I just never have. But I have been around a woman coach who was a D-lineman coach, and she was a dog. I will give her that. But for me, for my position, I just can't see myself getting recruited by a woman as a football running back coach. If you ain't been in those trenches with the Ray Lewises, with the Willis, like all of the Patrick, like all them boys, man. Like I haven't seen that, so I don't know if I can trust my career on somebody who's never played at a professional level or at a NCAA level to where it's a game. That's the only way I know how to put that.
I thought you did a hell of a job. I thought that was eloquent as shit. Like, I don't know if anybody could say it better than you, to be honest. I'm just trying to figure out that former NFL back, Bama legend, runner-up to the Heisman, said it. And that just gives this show credence, and it gives it some real, man. I like Coach Fuller, right? I mean, they went 2-8 as a running back coach there. But I like Coach Fuller. But like, she gonna get you she gonna get T-Rich to jump cut, get vertical in A gap, get hash number sideline, put the ball on the right side, right arm on the sideline arm. Like, come on, homie.
Anyway. JB, you can coach running backs, and you ain't never played a position a day in your fucking life. You ain't never ran nothing. You can't run. You're slow as shit. So I'm saying, like, you can learn a position without playing the position, homie. You play football, but it's hella positions. Yeah. Okay, so that means what? You can go coach the fucking kickers now too? No, you can't.
Yeah.
You ain't never
I do it all. I do it all. Yeah, I do it all.
I can't go coach the safeties today and tell the safeties what to do today. I can learn it. I can't go coach the runners today, homie. You can't coach the D-line, homie, and the D-line.
I don't know why you're talking to me. Why are you talking to me? I can.
You can't coach the
D-line. Why are you talking to me? I can.
No, you can't.
I can coach it.
You ain't played soccer, homie. You don't know all the nuances of a double team, how to grab that shoulder and grab that hip and pull him down. You don't know what I'm even talking about right now because you was a quarterback. You had a pink jersey on, homie.
Coach Fuller can? Let me ask you something, Smitty. Can you go to Macy's today
Oh my God!
And
Whoa, you gotta stop.
I want to ask you, homie, can you go to Macy's and teach Chi Rich and I how to put on MAC makeup properly?
Why is that the only job that women have to you, Jason? Every time we bring this up, you immediately go to makeup.
Homie.
No. Hold on, not T-Rich. You don't understand. Every time we bring this topic up, the one job that women just own that he goes to is Macy's and the makeup shop.
No. Well, I'm saying that's their lane, though. That's their lane. And football's our lane. I don't jump in their lane. Why should she jump in our lane? That's all I'm asking.
Barely, you feel me, man? That's all they do is give makeup. They don't do shit.
Hey, T-Rich. You imagine her holding the fumble strap on you, and you pull the fumble strap, homie, and she trying to pull you and get the ball out. I mean, that's she's a coach. She's the running back coach, Smitty. Stop fucking bullshitting, Smitty. Stop talking shit. Stop fucking making excuses. She's the running back coach. She got to do running back coaching shit.
Bailey,
Stop.
you get the numbers from me for last year, from the team that like the running back number, like the rush. I want to know like just if it's available. I don't know if it's open. I don't know. I want to see how good or how bad of a job she did last year. Because I
well, they were 2-8. They're 2-8.
That's the team, homie. I want to know how the running back
I'll
room.
tell you this. I know
room.
if it's coming from a female, she's going to be very meticulous on her notes. She's going to have to note everything about. And I'm just thinking about it because females don't let nothing slip between the lines.
Nothing.
But to argue that, I still just can't see my old lady telling me how to run a ball. Like I just can't take it serious.
Yeah, but our old ladies aren't football coaches. You know what I'm saying? I can see my old lady doing it. That's
You're
not
what, Smitty?
old lady.
You're what?
Old lady.
Doesn't that enough? Just say it. Doesn't that just cut the whole conversation off?
Isn't that enough? That's some black people shit. Isn't that enough?
Hey, T-Rich. Say
it again.
T-Rich. Seriously, T-Rich. Doesn't that just cut the conversation short? Like here's the conversation. Here's the conversation. Us three are at the bar. We having a drink. Smitty got some Hennessy. T-Rich got a little bit.
Why?
I do. And then so T-Rich. I ordered a drink for all of us, and then the running back coach come in, and he goes, I mean the coach come in and say, "Damn, hey, what's up, dog? What up, Johnny? Oh man, my old lady is who coaches you, T-Rich."
Why he be leaving, T-Rich? Why he be Why
Hey, T-Rich, I'm a huge fan, T-Rich. I never met you, but my old lady is who coaches you. Are you in a conversation, homie? Can you agree? Smitty, just stop, Smitty. Stop, Smitty. Stop, homie. Go to New Orleans right now. Stop. Don't say nothing again like that.
I can't wait to go. It's gonna be fun.
I can't wait for my old lady to ask me for a Burberry new bag so she can have it on the field to coach T-Rich in.
Dude be wearing that too though now.
Tell me, and I don't know this answer. And I'm asking this question: like, have a woman been on staff and won a championship yet? Like a Super Bowl?
I have no idea.
NCAA championship. I'm talking about in a football sport.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Well,
as a coach.
Championship. Not won a championship, no.
Yeah.
There was one. She was an analyst at Oregon, and then she was a defensive analyst, and they gave up 50 against Ohio State in that game.
I don't know. I think
they were 13-0, number one team in the country though with her there. So.
But nobody knew about it until when she came out, and then everyone saw
exactly. But it didn't matter. 13-0 with her there. So.
I think BA might have had one when they went to the Super Bowl that year.
Okay. I got so many stats to throw out here. So first off, the year that the female, it's Amanda Roller, not Fuller, first of all.
Roller. Damn, baby.
Weird, yeah. But they averaged like 4 yards a carry or something. Went 5-5 last season. In 2023, before she was there, they went 2-8 and averaged 3 yards a carry. Now, if you go look at her title on the website of Eastern University Football, it says she's the head flag football coach or whatever, and the running back coach.
Here we go.
Now, T-Rich is actually right about a female coach in the NFL winning a Super Bowl. It was for Bruce Arians and the Buccaneers. Marl
Yep. She was with me with the line. She coached the D-line. She helped coach the D-line.
Was she a good coach? Or be honest, don't lie. If she's bad, then let me know.
She wasn't my coach. I couldn't know. You know what I'm saying? She coached
Moral.
but everybody said good stuff about it. I will say that. Everybody said good stuff about it.
There we go. T-Rich.
There's 2 female coaches on that team.
What kind of stuff? What kind of good stuff?
See, now you being funny. See, thanks, babe, for the facts, bro. Babe bring the substance to he bring the facts.
Asking, homie. I'm just asking.
But you asking, bro. You smart, Jason. You're asking in a way where you have a preconceived thought and belief of disrespect of what she already did. Like it's a real show point. You're not gonna fool me. I'm homie. I'm degreed too. I'm degreed up too, homie. I ain't no idiot, homie. You try to be disrespectful.
Hey, T-Rich. He be throwing me lobs. Like my co-host be throwing me lobs. So T-Rich, you and I and Smitty get out the shower. We just walk around nuts swinging. Hey, girl, you did a hell of a job teaching Smitty that wrong arm.
She's not in a locker room, homie. She's not in the locker room. That's an easy fix.
What is she coaching for?
You act like Shorty ain't seen a dick before anyway, homie. Let's grow up, homie. Let's grow up.
Why is she coaching? Stop with the bullshit, homie. Stop defending the bullshit. Stop with your bullshit. T-Rich, stop with the bullshit. She can't even go in the locker. She can't even go in the motherfucking locker room. Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about this? Smitty, would you want your motherfucking daughter in the locker room, homie? Keep it funky. Stop. Just shut the hell up now, homie.
I ain't got no daughter, homie.
Stop. No shit.
No
shit. That's why you can't talk about it.
Homie.
That's why. Stop talking about it.
I can talk about whatever I want to talk about, homie.
Motherfucker, you tell it bite you in the ass. Hey, T-Rich, he gonna have a daughter. He gonna be like calling you and be like, damn, you motherfuckers was right like a motherfucker. He don't get it, homie. He can't forward to it.
What I want. I don't run women, homie. I don't run women.
Ears, homie. Listen. Damn, you got a big ass mouth and 2 ears. Listen, homie, for one. Stop down. Hey, we trying to set you up for fucking success, not failure.
See, you white men want to control everything.
Hey, T-Rich, we trying to set him up, T-Rich. We're not setting him up for failure. We're trying to set the motherfucker up. He don't want to listen. He got a big ass mouth. He got a horse mouth and 2 little ass ears. He don't want to listen. That shit crazy.
You got a big ass head with no brain.
I don't got a daughter. That motherfucker get a daughter though, T-Rich. God damn it. He just saw fucking Derrick Henry's nuts in the office. She just saw him.
She a grown woman. Like, you act like women ain't seen dick and balls before. And you act like they gonna just lose their mind, homie. Like, what is it? Like, you sound like a virgin, homie. Every titty you see, you gotta suck. Relax.
Hey, T-Rich. Smitty get cooked, he goes straight to white man shit.
When JB cook, he just start yelling real loud and don't let you talk.
Anyway, we got topics for you, T-Rich. We got topics for you. Hey, we know Jalen Milroe is going to go be a tight end, but let's dive into this. I got to get your take on this, T-Rich, because I don't think you would ever do this. Mark Andrews, after dropping a horrible thrown ball from Lamar Jackson, is now issuing a public apology for dropping a football in a football game, Smitty. This shit is crazy to me. Like, what the fuck are we doing? He's taking so much pressure, T-Rich, that now he gonna issue a public apology like if he shot somebody off the grassy knoll or something. Like, come on, homie, this is football. We fuck up. Like, is Dalton Kincaid issuing an apology for dropping the fucking football?
Homie, not the same.
It is the same.
Not the same, homie.
Why?
Number one, reason why Mark Andrews did this, let me add context, because he avoided the media this whole time. After the game, he didn't talk. That ain't no so. That's not what you do. T-Rich is a player. He knows these guys signed a contract, but they got to talk to the media. He avoided the media for all this time. So this was his way of finally just addressing the media. And within that message, this is the route he went. That's number one. Number two, game on the line. Lamar Jackson just drove down the field 88 yards for a touchdown and then he got a 2-point conversion, wide the fuck open. The throw was slightly underthrown, but still very, very catchable right here in his stomach plate, and he dropped it. He's one of the best tight ends in the game. He feels horrible. He feels shitty. So he decided he wanted to issue an apology because that wasn't to his standard. That's not the exact same thing as fucking Schultz for the Bills where Josh Allen just threw up a Hail Mary prayer because he had all the pressure in his face. Then Schultz tried to dive full speed to try to catch it. It's not the same as apples and oranges. Stop comparing the two. T-Rich, go. You're the guest.
T-Rich. I'm not putting out no public apology though. Like, it's football. Whatever, yeah. Like it's football. Like we all done dropped balls. We done all fumbled the ball. We done all made mistakes. We done all missed tackles. We done all missed a field goal. I don't see kickers coming out and saying that I was on a team when a motherfucker missed 5 in a game. You know what I'm saying? In the national in a game of the century. 5.
Hey, T-Rich. Motherfucking Barry Bonds strikes out in the World Series and motherfucker goes and issues apology. Get the fuck out of here. Dog, this shit crap. Marshawn Lynch didn't talk to the media for 5 fucking years and ate Skittles, homie. Why are you defending him, that motherfucking ass? Like, get the fuck out of here. You know how many cats didn't fucking talk to the media? Come on, man. It's the same thing. They both dropped a pass to end their season. Did they not both drop a pass to end their motherfucking seasons? Stop.
Context matters, though. Context matters.
The thing is, like, bro, like, people act like, bro, like, the morals of today, bro, is just so different. Like, bro, I dropped the pass. It happened. Like, bro, but the world ain't gonna stop today. Shit, we might have to work on 1, 2, 3 next year. I get that. But, bro, like, now I can see I'm talking to my peers and my teammates, bro. My bad, y'all. I took my eyes off of it. It ain't like he did, and if he had something else going on, that's different. He the game shit. Lamar fumbled 2 or 3 times that game. All on wasn't his fault. Something happened to where it was turnovers in that game, right?
Yeah.
Smitty's gonna defend Lamar no matter what. Lamar can do 7 picks. They weren't all his fault. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
No, I ain't saying all that.
One of them led to touchdown. One of them didn't.
Yeah. I want to be clear. Isn't Mark Andrews Smitty the cat that we praised on this show not too long ago because he came back early from an ACL injury and played for his fucking franchise? This motherfucker played for his franchise, and I didn't see nobody issuing his ass apology.
Nobody told him to do it. I'm saying he decided as a man he wanted to do it. It ain't like the Ravens said you got to do this, homie.
Nah, they told him that.
I want to do it either.
I know who should apologize. I know who should apologize. Fucking Harbaugh for not winning a playoff game that matters in about fucking 12 years. Fucking Monken, who stopped running Derrick Henry in the 4th quarter, who got no carries after motherfucker had no carries from the end of the 3rd quarter on. That's who needs to fucking apologize. Not goddamn Mark Andrews catching a badly thrown ball behind him who's 6'6", and I got to go down here and get a ball. Fuck that. That's football. It happens. Like, I'm tired of hearing these excuses, man. We always got to. It's all bullshit.
It was a very catchable ball. I'm tired of you always trying to take the quarterback on me.
Yeah, we already talked about it. But the bottom line is we already agreed the team lost. The team lost. We already agreed. The team lost. You'll steady defend the quarterbacks who threw a shitty ball.
I'm a defender because people like you always want to go at them. Any ammo you get, JB, you gonna fucking blast in one direction. You brought the Ravens 5 times today when we wouldn't even talk about the fucking Ravens.
I gotta ask T-Rich, the guy that played in the league. Isn't this guy the captain who we got? Did we pay him $250 million and he's our captain and quarterback? I'm trying to figure out something here. Yeah. Isn't he 250? Hey, wait up. Isn't he a 2-time MVP?
Not to be 3. Not to be 3. Not to be 3.
Oh, you're still making excuses for his motherfucking ass.
Ain't no excuses. He drove down the field 88 fucking yards with under 2 minutes left and scored a touchdown, motherfucker, and threw a 2-point conversion slightly underthrown that was still highly catchable. That's what it is. Every throw not gonna be
should have been a ball right here. Ball should have been right here.
Perfect. Every throw not gonna be.
Ball should have been right here, T-Rich. Ball should have been right there.
It's a catchable.
Hey, but on another subject, I was right about every one of those games. I told you the Eagles were gonna win. The Commanders didn't have a fucking chance. I told you that, and I like what those guys are doing over there. But I told, bro, they got beat what? 50-something?
55-23.
In the playoff game, bro.
I was right.
In the playoff game, and I was right about the Eagles too.
But that Commanders game was closer than what the score ended up showing.
You're right. They won. I was right about the Eagles. I was right about Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry. The Kansas City Chiefs. I know bro, they've been back year after year after year. Somebody got to catch on somewhere, right?
Hey, it's just crazy though, T-Rich. Like Smitty will sit here and defend the ball should have been caught, but then he says Kincaid shouldn't have had to catch it. Then,
Like, that's what kills me with Smitty. Like, didn't both of them drop the motherfucker? So why shouldn't he have caught it then?
I didn't say Kincaid shouldn't have caught it. I'm saying those plays are completely different. Those are plays.
It don't matter. He should have caught it, though.
Josh Allen just threw up a Hail Mary and fucking Kincaid.
Don't matter.
That
matter.
catch was not exactly the same way as
Maybe show the catch Kincaid drop. Show the Kincaid drop.
I saw it.
Okay, then say it. Say it, homie. Say it, homie.
Ain't the
Say
same.
he should have caught it. Say he should have caught it, too. Say he should have caught it, too. You're on the real show, homie. Say he should have caught it, too.
Even if Lil Bro catches it, we don't even know what happens. Like, Andrews catches it, they tied up. We know for a fact it's tied up. Like,
T-Reg, we got a couple questions for you. The Raiders hired Pete Carroll's old ass. Where you at with that? I love him. I'm a Pete Carroll guy, so I like Pete Carroll.
I'm a Pete Carroll guy, bro. Like, I like Pete Carroll, man. Everything Pete Carroll do, I think Nick has took a part of that into his college day game. Like, had the 2 running backs. I mean, I remember talking to Pete Carroll when I was getting drafted. He was telling me, like, bro, I love 2 running backs because they had just had Marshawn. They're like, especially a guy like you, but that'd be the same thing as they had in Reggie Bush and Lindell. And so I was all about Pete, and I love this program. Like, I was on the question of why did Marshawn want to leave there, and so that always puzzled me. But man, like, with his system that he's run, bro, he's been successful everywhere he went. Like,
I think they were showing favoritism to Russ at the time and trying to make Russ the MVP. And after that Super Bowl situation, even the whole team kind of just.
Hey, they real recognize real, Smitty. The guy was there yesterday at Pete's press conference, and he's out there. He's yelling in the press conference, "Fuck with Pete," and they go after. I don't know if you saw it in the hallway after the game, after the press conference. You know, Pete was like, "That's you yelling at me," and they're all over there hugging and shit. Obviously, there's a relationship there that people don't understand in the media. They just don't understand the media. Oh, players hate you, JB, and then they come on the show, and then they're like, "Damn, JB a real one. They love JB." You fucking idiots don't have a clue about player-coach relationships. That's the problem, because you're all fucking Twitter gurus and you never played the game. I just gotta say though, T-Rich, like all through college, Eddie George was telling me a story about how loaded the Ohio State backfield was and how many guys redshirted and they stayed there. Maurice Claret was telling me a story how loaded them motherfuckers were. You and how many fucking Heisman Trophy winners was coming through Alabama and never left. And by the way, Bush and Lindell both had one had 600 yards receiving, 1,100 rushing. The other one had 800 rushing, 400 receiving. They still got it and never left. Nowadays, you got Ashton Genty getting all the work because nobody wants to play with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're creating this whole nobody wants to play. And running backs are short-lived. I'd rather save my legs and have 2 or 3 great ones and get multiple carries by multiple guys. I don't know if Pete Carroll can do it now in free agency with how they are. I don't know how the free agency market works. Like, Smitty and I talk about this shit all the time. Like, these cats now are like transfer portal kids. They'll demand getting out of a contract now. So if they're not getting the carries they want, they're not going to get the big bag. Same thing as a transfer portal to me with the NFL guys. So I don't know if Pete can do that anymore, how he did it in Seattle, but I like to hire. I mean, who else you going to hire? That's how I look at it.
For running backs, I think the guy that's continuing right now, the guys in Detroit, I think the guys in Detroit got to figure it out for the running backs, because you need
Gibbs and Montgomery.
Yeah, if you ain't got 2 that can go, bro, like, it's hard to have one just all the time. Even what Baltimore doing right now, they run that young fella too, along with, you know, what they doing with Derek. Like, I think that's probably the best combination that you can have, because you got to deal with.
And I'll be honest, I like Bijan Robinson in Algier.
Yeah, in
I like them. Yeah, I like Atlanta.
In Atlanta, they got a little fire.
Doing it, really. A lot of teams doing it. The Chiefs using Hunt, and then your boy who runs so hard. Yeah.
But those are the teams that's winning, though. All them teams is in the playoffs, or except for Atlanta. All those most of the teams are in the playoffs that you're talking about, but they got a system, bro, that works for the backs. And you got to have an O-line for them backs. If you don't have an O-line for them backs that fit that system, then it's going to go to hell. Like, it's going to go to shit.
Hey, T-Rich, you said you wouldn't play for a person who never played a position and wouldn't let you recruit them. How would you feel about this guy taking the job and you just finished the season?
I knew you were going to do this shit.
In the offseason, T-Rich, you at the house. You and Smitty, we all play. How hyped are you? Well, how hyped are you right now? You in Cancun and you're like, fuck, we hired who? I mean, that motherfucker unbelievable.
You from Florida too, so you respect the Duval. Duval.
Hey, T-Rich, Smitty thought it was DEI. I mean, not DEI. Smitty thought it was AI.
I did. I thought it was fake. No, because the way he says, no way, this is real.
He been waiting to say that his whole life.
But he said it wrong though the whole time. It's
like he's been practicing that for the longest.
It's like it's a hold to you.
Hey, it looked like Smitty. This motherfucker asked a question. Duval.
He held that like the way he said it. It was like DUVAAAAAAAAAL. It's
T-Rich, that motherfucker was asking a question. Did he not ask a question? Duval.
Y'all see Lil Duval Instagram?
Lil Duval.
Yeah.
Lil Duval.
Yeah. He said, "Hell no." He said, "I'm going back to Jacksonville. I gotta figure this."
And then I don't know if Bailey can fight, but have you seen him? He led a chant with all the employees for the Jacksonville Jags.
I ain't see that.
Have you seen this shit? Oh, Bailey, you gotta find this shit, dog. He got up on the fucking podium, T-Rich. He got on the podium, Smitty, and was like this with his phone, and then turned around and was like, Duval. Homie, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. He's that guy.
On a serious note, add a little substance to this. He did help bring out the best of Baker Mayfield. He's come from Tampa as an OC, so he does know football. He does know offense. He does know quarterback. The question is, does he know how to lead men? We don't know. Obviously, it's kind of a weird first impression, but it doesn't mean he won't be a good coach. He won't connect to the players. We'll know the facts here next season. But here's a video that JB's alluding to. Check
This is Liam Cohen, just touched down in Jacksonville. Let's get this thing started off right here. 3, 2, 1.
At least you said it right there. He's just not relatable. But again, he's not a college coach, T-Rich. He's an NFL coach. It's a little different. You know, as long as they getting paid, they're not tripping.
Did he not right here, when he came off this right here, this picture right here, the very beginning of this, did he not look like a Backstreet Boy or one of them motherfuckers? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Them little singers?
Look something off Harry Potter to me.
Look like
Look something off Harry Potter. What's the little boy name off Harry Potter with the red hair?
His name is Harry
Potter. The what, Smitty?
I think his name is Harry Potter.
The little boy from Harry Potter with the red hair.
Look like a little boy.
I ain't mean to do it like that. I ain't mean to do it like that.
He looked like a little boy, and he looked like what's his name off of Fonzie. You know what I'm talking about? Baker. What's his name? Fonzie. Ron. What's his name? He's a great producer now.
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard. Bailey, show me a picture of Ron Howard on the Fonz when he was on the Fonzie. That shit's embarrassing right there. There's no way I'm going to camp. If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm asking for a goddamn Urban Meyer.
Did you say Urban Meyer?
Shout out to my coworker.
T-Red. I don't understand, dog. I don't get it. I don't get these hires, dog. I had a great conversation with an NFL coach yesterday, who coaches running back, good friend of mine. He was like, we don't get these hires. Here's what it is, and I'll break it down perfectly, coming from Eric Weddle. These guys know how to go in there and sit in front of them owners and them GM, and they know how to sell that deal. And then they get in front of them players, and them motherfuckers is horrible. Because there's a huge disconnect between owner, GM, corporate America, and player, grimy, inner city, youth, kid. You know what I'm saying? There's a huge disconnect, dog. I'm going to be honest. I used to tell my administrators, stay the fuck out of here. You have no idea what's in that locker room right there with Smitty and T-Rich and these motherfuckers and what goes on. You punch a clock, 9 to 5. Our shit stays open. 365, 24/7. T-Rich, he got baby mama drama. Are you gonna come in off your fucking couch and help him, Miss Counselor? Are you gonna help him, Miss President, Mr. President, AD? Hell no, you're not. See, that's the problem. There's a huge disconnect, and these guys know how to interview with corporate America, but they don't know how to lead men in a controversial environment. Let's say that. And that's the problem. That's what's being hired right now, dog. Mike McDaniels. He don't want to lead no man. He wants the men to lead him. He'd be like, you can miss practice. It's cool. Because what is he going to do? They going to beat your ass anyway if you talk shit back because they know you ain't never done it. But we want women to coach, Smitty. Get the fuck out of here, man.
The problem, Jason, you don't like nothing.
My name, Darnell.
You don't like nothing, though. You didn't even like Coach Glenn hired. You said his opening presser was cringeworthy. He's going to be shitty. And he's a guy who got drafted by the Jets, played for the organization, knows the locker room. He's a guy who actually doesn't read off notes. He's not a PC guy. He's going to get after the guys. You didn't like that. Then you go over here with a guy who's unorthodox, kind of weird, kind of what's the word? Is it quirky, awkward looking, whatever. You don't like that. What do you fucking like, Jason? You don't like nothing. Here you go, T-Rich.
No, that's him. That's him right there. That's fucking him right there, homie. Stop. That's him. Look at that. Stop playing with me.
Nah, that's him right there. That's more him right there. Because them dudes, they were kind of cool, low key. He not cool. Like, he corny. So
So isn't that my point, though? Isn't there a disconnect? Don't these guys know how to interview with brass tacks, but don't know how to interview players?
I just care about results. I care about results.
He better have a hell of a coaching staff. Have a hell of a coaching staff.
I care about results, T-Rich, at the end of the day. Like, a lot of people are corny.
He better put a hell of a coaching staff together.
I mean, I had a head coach at college my first 2 years that people would look at it and describe him as corny. But we went 10-3, 9-4, bowl games for us at Ball State. Some of the best seasons we've ever had. So,
but Smitty, let me ask you something real shit. Let's talk real shit here. Let's not get into this bullshit.
Real shit. If you type in my head coach name, Pete Limbo, you look.
No. I'm gonna dive into the real shit part of that conversation. I'm gonna dive into the real shit part of what you just said.
Let's do that.
Did Limbo come to your dorm room at 3 a.m. when you had a problem, or was it a position coach who understood the landscape that recruited y'all? That's what you don't get, homie. Limbo ain't dealing with that shit. That's why y'all went 10-3. He hired a fucking staff that had an understanding of the heartbeat on the team, and they knew how to maneuver and go through each position group room and say, all right, dog, get your shit tightened down. I'm going to get my ass fired. And usually, unfortunately, I'm going to get my black ass fired because that's what the position coaches were. And I used to have to deal with that shit every day. I'm like, fuck, man. That's why I say all the time, we hire brothers all day long to recruit motherfuckers, but then when it comes time to elevating them, we don't elevate them. Like, hold on. They can manage the troops all day, every day, but then when it comes to time to getting a job and moving them on, nah, you better off go to HBCU. Got to start somewhere. But no, we just hire fucking Rodriguez's daughter. See what I'm saying? That's why I hate this shit, homie. That's why there is and you know what I'm saying is true. And that's the problem. People don't like that shit. They don't want to hear the truth. The head coach keeps his hands away from the dorm room, Smitty. It's a fucking fireable offense if he goes in there and sees something he shouldn't see. I'm just keeping it real. So assistants go in there and do the dirty work that built a relationship. Y'all went 10-3 because you had a great staff, Smitty. Keep it funky. Hell yeah, you did. I don't even need to know.
My head coach was a great disciplinary and an organizational coach where he made sure we had structure. But the position coach was the ones that did it. You're 100% right. But use that same argument for the guy we just saw, Liam Cohen. So what if he's corny? If he's organized, disciplined, he has a great staff around him, then he can be successful.
No, that was just the reason I brought it up is because that's what everyone that don't know football needs to hear. And then I was just piggybacking off T-Rich saying he better hire a good staff because we already know this motherfucker ain't going out there telling Mike Evans to fucking get out your break.
Shit,
he don't have to.
do.
He don't have to.
I'm just saying.
It was a special teams coach. Perfect for
yeah, and great. And I know a lot of head coaches that were great special team guys. Look at Virginia Tech for Beamer forever. So a lot of those, but they know they roll. That's my point. At the end of the day, in the NFL, though, there is no class check. There is no baby talk. I don't got to deal with all that shit. You're grown men making money. Now it's time to address the whole team as a whole as the head coach. Bruce Arians wasn't going over there and sugarcoating shit. Fucking Andy Reid ain't going over there picking and choosing who he could talk to. This is the NFL leader of men. This guy, man, I'm just telling you. MCDC biting a kneecap off is completely different speech than that shit. Duval.
T. Rich, man, we appreciate you, my guy, man. What you got going on the rest of the day, man? You chilling? You coaching? What you doing?
Man, I'll tell you what, bro. I got a couple interviews.
What? Over there?
I got a couple interviews. But on Real Talk, man, I love being a part of this show. I came on here today, and I had a lot of stuff going on. My mom she got a procedure going today. I just need prayers and lifting up, man. Prayers lifting up, bro. It's tough. It's been tough, but every week I come on here, bro, y'all cheer my day up, and I love it, man. I try not to miss it, but I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming, dog. Hey, my mom doing the same shit. My mom got a bunch of shit going on, too. She can't even, walk 5 feet without having to sit down. I'm like, here we go.
Get up. Like, my mom, she getting surgery right now. She
We
underneath it right
pray
now.
that it's a successful surgery.
You know,
100% healthy afterwards.
Yes,
you don't have to come on this show for shit like that. I appreciate you always, man. Hopefully your mom gets well. Tell her the whole Slap Nation love her. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Last week, man, before the Super Bowl or the last day, it'll be the last day after the Super Bowl. And then we're off for the spring. We'll keep doing our thing. We got to get you out of here.
Yes, sir. I'm trying
We're
to
doing a big Super Bowl party if you want to. JB say he'll fly you out, pay for everything, flight, hotel, food. So just come out, let us know.
This motherfucker, man. He just be volunteer. I'll pay your mortgage too, T. Rich, your car note and everything. This motherfucker right here just volunteer anything.
I mean, you a real one. I know you would do it for T. Rich. You a real one. I know you would do that.
T. Rich, we got to get you out here. Man, much love, T. Rich. I'll see you next week. Hopefully your mom's all right, brother.
All right, then, Trent.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, T. Rich.
All right, Trent.
I've been seeing this all video. What's this?
Hey, our Twitter been, shout out to the fans on Twitter. Y'all been killing it lately. Like, just the jokes, the AI.
I haven't seen it. What do they do?
They do a lot. I mean, you've seen. We
I haven't
showed
been out there
on
in
the
months. I haven't been out there in months. I don't do nothing.
They do a lot of funny. They do a shout out to Kevin the Trucker. He's the guy. I think he might be the same guy that he's made memes before. There's been videos where they put our face over it, of us fighting. It's been all type of just different stuff that Twitter.
Is that Kevin the Trucker?
Kevin the Trucker, man. Shout out to him.
Really?
Yep. This right here, this is from this is probably either from Power. It's probably from Power. Probably like an early Power, or one of the Power series at least. So
that's 50?
Yeah, it's young. It's 50.
God damn, he look young as shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know. I never seen one episode.
Yeah, I know. You don't really support black shows, but yeah, appreciate y'all, man. It's been a hell of a show, man. I gotta jump off here.
White dude produce Power.
It's 9:07, man. We gotta
what?
It's 9:07. We got I got a little call I gotta do. It's got a
9:05. 9:05.
I got a little meeting I gotta jump straight into, man. So listen, y'all. If y'all haven't already, hit the subscribe button, become a member. We gave you over 3 hours of the realest. So
Smitty
become a member.
Public now. Smitty get recognized in public. He think he big time. It's fucking crazy how this cat just come on here, just unbelievable. Well,
I big get recognition from Speak for Yourself, homie, but it just grown even more since then. So it's like,
because I gave you the face. I gave you the face put out to the world. I mean, your face is out there now. Everyone knows you.
You gave a lot of people the face. You gave the upside down. You got the upside down Coke bottle the face. Don't nobody know her. You gave other people the face. Don't nobody know them. You gotta actually come here and be good. Upside down Coke bottle. I don't know her name. That's the only thing you call her is upside down Coke bottle. I never knew her name. So no disrespect. I don't know your actual name. They call you upside down Coke bottle. So the only thing I'm saying is this, homie. You gave me an opportunity. Shout out to you. Shout out for Marcellus for plugging me. But at the end of the day, I had to come on here, stand 10 toes, at the beginning of the show when it was nothing but far right wingers who didn't give me no love, who was all racist, and I stood 10-toe right. I can't even say it. Right wingers, far right wingers were on your show when I first started. Super right, super like crazy, like hated me. But I stood here 10-toe. I said F all that. I grew, entertained. Now I got about 40% of the fan base fuck with me. You still got 60%, and we growing. So shout out to us.
Shout out to everybody. My mother said white wingers. He tried to say it 7 times and said white wingers every time. He still couldn't say it.
Say it the right way real quick.
Right winger.
It's hard, ain't it? Ain't it hard to say though? Think about it. It's kind of hard to say.
Say it fat.
Right winger.
You know what's not hard to say? Leftist, weirdo, left liberals. You can say it fast as all. You can say weird shit all day. You know what's funny?
What, bro? I gotta go. What?
Everybody bitching about Trump deporting everybody.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Some of those videos are sad though. Like I know we like joking about some of the stuff.
Nah, that could be sad.
It's dangerous people here. I get it, but there's a lot of people, and I said it from the beginning. But you invading, and y'all ain't got no heart. Y'all ain't got to give a fuck. There's people here that's been out here for like 20, 30 years who are regular, everyday, good people who got families, and literally they're getting taken away from their kids, or their kids getting taken from them, and families are split up. I know y'all don't care because you like should have did it the right way. I get it, but I'm from the hood, and I can understand. And I grew up poor, so I can sympathize from a family that trying to just find a way. A man trying to find a way for his family, a better opportunity, makes it here, builds up a life, didn't do it the right way by the book, but he's not a bad person, and now they family are split up from like fuck if you far right or far left. If you got just any sort of heart or sympathy for a family, I mean, I can understand that. That's all I'm saying. I know y'all don't.
Here's the crazy part about it. I get what you're saying, and I got friends. I get what you're saying too, and I got a heart at the end of the day. You know I do. Here's the problem though. You and I could not go to any one of those other countries, homie, and a little less fart in the wind and let them smell it, and we would be killed, thrown in jail, or booted out. I'm just telling you, dog, you got to trust me on this. Not one of those countries would let us in there. And we have let everyone in, and we've become numb to what they have done to this country. And I got to keep it real. I got a lot of great friends that are immigrants and all that. And if you do it the right way, man, kudos to you. And I know we've built friendships over the years, but if you're not legal, dog, we got to address the elephant in the room. Nobody cares when they burn up a motherfucker on the fucking train station or take our kids.
The problem
like no one
is,
cares
though,
about that.
we take like, for example, there are Americans who do that same shit, who shoot up schools and shit. That don't define all Americans though. So I'm saying
I know
there are illegals who do fucked up shit, but that don't define all the illegals either though. It's like, but we use those examples to fit whatever narrative we want.
Yeah,
you know
I'm not saying that, but I'll be damned, homie, if cats is getting debit cards to come in our country and then do some shit, and you and I can't get it. Like, wait up, I never got a fucking. I never got a COVID check. I never got a fucking IRS break. I didn't get shit, but we got motherfuckers coming over here, and I'm like, nah, the problem is we've become numb to what we've allowed over the last however many years, and now we're seeing it. But no one mentions, homie, remember, the same border czar, this crazy white dude everybody's calling out crazy, he was Obama's border czar that deported 5 million people, homie. No one wants to talk about it. That's fact. Not cap, no fiction. Fact, the border czar was Obama's border czar, took 5 million motherfucking immigrants out of here, and everybody praised Obama. But now it's different. Let's be real, homie. We got to keep it funky. DMV living. You don't want to hear that, do you, homie? See, that's the problem. See, the problem is we got guys, I don't know if you saw it, flipping over on boats coming into San Diego the other day on Ocean Beach, San Diego. And now Americans, us, you and I, helped them because we got hearts. We helped them get out the water. 2 of them were drowned. There was 30 on a boat coming over here, homie, with fucking fentanyl and all kind of shit. We got to cut it out eventually, Smitty. And it is what it is, dog. I feel what you're saying, and I know we have partners that go through it and that came over here, but at the same time, I gotta protect the future Smitty son, daughter. I just keep it funky if I'm the president, and I'm not mad at it. I get it. It's a heartfelt thing. I get it, but at the same time, it's got out of control, homie. We got a lot of bad here, and we're the only country that allows it, and we become numb to it. Just keeping it funky. You and I can't go to Russia and do that shit. We can't go to Cuba. Can't go to Mexico.
I'm just picturing myself like just getting thrown out my home and shit, and just thrown back to the country.
Yeah.
And now I have nothing now. I'm in a new country. I have nothing. I don't know where. I have nowhere to live. I have no food like that. I'm not saying whatever's right. I don't know what the right to say because I understand the other side too. You can't just let criminals just do stuff. I get that too, but it's like, damn, it's like, I don't know. It's just tough. It's just all I can say. It's tough.
Yeah. So. Well, that's another day, another dollar, man. Appreciate you coming on every day as always. Great banter. We give it back and forth, and that's why this is the realest show on planet Earth. We talk about shit no one else wants to talk about because y'all don't appreciate the fact that Smitty goes out on a limb and talks about shit he shouldn't or can't, but he does. So give him some credit and kudos, and drop a super chat in the line, and come become a member on our new channel as well because I'm about to do all things LA. All things LA. Ron, I know you'd be the first one to pick Smitty off, but guess what? Shout out to you for.
He can't wait. If Trump, like, you ever seen the movie The Purge? If he make The Purge,
I saw the fake one though with the funny one. I seen the Meet the Blacks.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's my shit.
I love that. But The Purge basically is 24 hours. You could kill, rob, do whatever. If that actually happens for real, Ron is coming for me first. But I got something for your ass, Ron. They ain't gonna be easy.
Who am I going after first?
Shit, Mina Kimes. You can't wait to get her ass.
See, I don't want to hurt Mina Kimes though.
Mina Kimes, Ryan, just ESPN, really. Ryan Clark, fucking.
I got some homies there.
You want a lofty kind of y'all? You might just beat him up. You ain't gonna kill. You can just, fucking.
Nah, I like Dan. He just beat Ryan.
I don't know. You said you fucked me, man. You fucked me. You didn't come on my show.
That motherfucker text me. What'd I do to you, JB? I'll show that text.
Hey, I gotta go for real though. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man.
See you tomorrow. Work Cool Wednesday. No Mazzoni will break down some football film. I got all the playoff film already. Got it. So we'll show it tomorrow. The playoff games on the realest show on planet Earth. Peace.